night. Carly, what's up? What's up, Carly? Wow. Good night, TikTok. Good night, YouTube. Please help me out by liking and sharing the live as you come through. Thank you. Appreciate you in advance. Hope everybody is doing well this Friday night. Hope you're all safe. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. A lot is going on, so I'm not gonna waste any time, you know. Let me just organize myself here, you see. Let me just organize myself here. Everybody is good, everybody is good. All is well. Okay, yeah, right here. That's all I need to take out. Ah, wonderful. Wonderful. All right. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How comes them now? PMP I move lazy, you know. Pan the posting, you know. Cha. PMP I move lazy pan the posting, you know, bro. Cha. Anyway. We don't worry about that. I'm so not. We don't worry about it. Yeah, we don't want to nice right now. If I find the part that I look for first. Yeah. How you guys doing this Friday? How you doing? 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 Ah, here it is. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Here she is. All right, wonderful. All right, so 3 hours. Okay. Well, good night, ladies and gentlemen. It's your brother Bolo VNR. We're here with another one. Adi, big up yourself. How you doing? TikTok, YouTube, how y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to the platform. In this one, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a listen to some riveting stuff that happened in Parliament in regards to the new tax plan and the, you know, it's affecting businesses and so forth. The PMP definitely hit on all cylinders in this one. So without any further ado, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Dang. There we go. All right. All right. All right. Let me share the screen first. Someone please call 911.
Senator Anderson. I got it.
1 second, Mr. President. Don't stop my clock getting on, Mr. President.
Monica, how are you? Good night.
Senator Anderson, you can go.
Yes, 1 second.
Some people on TikTok are
Oh, I'm
doing
sorry. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
like and share, like and share. Welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you
Oh,
guys.
come on. Yeah, what? Mr. President, let me first start by agreeing with opposition, with Government Senator Duncan as it relates to amendments to the Income Tax Act. I also wholeheartedly support the amendments, and Senator Duncan went to great length to the point where I was wondering if he was deflecting to explain how and why it was necessary. You know, we now all understand how it works. So I want to spend the majority of my contribution this morning speaking about the amendment proposed to the Asset Tax Act, because I don't think, as Senator Small Ferguson stated, that the issues that the industry is facing has to do with the date of filing or the date of payment. So I propose as well and support the fact that the amendments do not go far enough. Mr. President, I want to talk a little bit about the scale of the impact that the tax has on Jamaica's financial system and by extension the wider economy. I understand that over 80 billion has been extracted from the financial system since 2016, almost 10 billion in the last financial year alone. As we get to what Pete knows. That is capital that otherwise, Mr. President, have remained within Jamaica's productive economy. If that capital, allow ourselves to imagine, if that capital existed today as a standalone institution, it would be one of the largest financial groups in this country. That is the scale of the capital that has been removed. And it's not just what I'm saying, Mr. President. I would remind that the sector has spoken, and it's not good enough just to say that everybody has spoken about it. I want to quote a little bit what has been said by at least three players. Mr. Leachin, the chairman of the NCB Financial Group, in just January of this year, so we know it's still the case for NCB Group, publicly reported that NCB has paid approximately 194 million in asset tax since its introduction. US dollars, that's correct. He further indicated in the last year alone over 2.6 billion was paid, with a reported reduction of 41% actually in dividends, if it were to be converted to dividends paid. He said that without the albatross of asset tax, dividends would allow him to better treat with the challenges of his AIC borrowings. I want to quote specifically that he said the big elephant in the room is the asset tax. In 2012, the asset tax was brought on as a temporary measure. We've all said it. When I saw that, he said, it reminded him of the case in Canada where taxes were imposed in 1990 as a temporary measure to fund World War I. In Jamaica's case, Mr. President, the asset tax was in 1990, sorry. In Jamaica's case, Mr. President, the asset tax was brought on as a temporary measure for 3 years, and is still here. Yes, through JLP and PNP administration, but the JLP administration boasts of how well the economy is doing. The PNP had to bring it on at a time to save where we were.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see, this is a hill that I am going to continuously shout from the top from. You heard how she spoke the truth a while ago and put the thing in context. It is a question that I have been asking for the longest. If the economy is so good, why is it that the Jamaica Labour Party is dipping in, how you doing T-Play, is dipping in the people NHT money? Why? Why are they doing that? I'm gonna play a clip for you that I got from somebody today. Zine, give me a second. Let me play this clip here. Somebody sent me this today, I couldn't add it to it. I couldn't believe. I never heard this from out of the Prime Minister mouth until today in regards to NHT. I'm telling you, this man is a serial liar. He has no integrity. I'm talking about impossible. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just play it from this phone, because I just want them to hear it. Just want them to hear it. No, we can't play it from the phone. You're not going to hurt that way there. Go send it from the phone to the computer and then play it for me. Where is it? Oh man. I don't use my phone today. I don't message so much people today. So wait there. Somebody send me a Facebook link with the video, man. I'm check my Facebook. Hopefully me did share it. Come on for that. Some of my mind working up, people. See it, alright. Alright. See it now. Where there? Carry this over here, so. Right side of it. Up on my Facebook page. Bvrclips. Find the video. Take off this. As you know. Yeah. Pause right there, so. Pause right there, so. So why me can't pause it? No man.
Rather than to take it back.
Pause right there, so. Alright, my people. See the video here, listen to this.
We will bring down the interest rates on mortgages, but we will use the NHT money to build housing rather than to take it back to go pay the IMF. Your money that you save for house should be available to you to build house, repair your house, improve your house, and buy land. Back to go pay the IMF. Your money that you money to build housing rather than to take it back mortgages. But we will use the NHT money to build housing rather than to take it back to go pay the IMF. Your money that you save for house should be available to you to build house, repair your house, improve your house, and buy land. The Jamaica Labour Party makes that commitment to you mortgages. But we will use the NHT money to build housing rather than to take it back to go pay the IMF. Your money that you save for house should be available to you to build house, repair your house, improve your house, and buy land. The Jamaica Labour Party makes that commitment to you.
So people, when you hear Andrew for yourself, right? Not my word, you know. Zane, him says so. That's the commitment he made. So when you look back at the fact that the People's National Party was in a corner and they had to go to those measures because of the extreme conditions economically that we were in that was caused by the Jamaica Labour Party. When you listen back to Andrew and his position about the NHT money, you guys really have to ask yourself the question, why was he so strong about the NHT money benefiting the people of Jamaica? But at the time now, when he didn't need to use the money, I'm talking about from 2017 till now, he didn't need to use the money. He made a commitment that his government would not use the money. Now, not only have they used the money up until now, 2025, they are making excuses to use it another. They are making excuses to use it for another 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, which you, the people of Jamaica, in all around Jamaica, the western part of Jamaica, eastern Portland, St. Anne, St. Mary, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, St. James, Hanover, and other parts of other Jamaica that people have lost their homes would need the NHC to be focused on building them low-income housing and helping them out to put a roof over their head so they can have some stability in their life. No, that's not what Andrew Holness government is doing. Andrew Holness government is actually making sure that they take that money. I mean, you cannot make this up. So his word in terms of commitment does not mean anything to me personally, based off his own actions. I don't know about you guys, but let's continue.
Was brought on as a temporary measure for 3 years and is still here. The present pays were imposed in 1990 as a temporary measure to fund World War I. In Jamaica's case, Mr. President, the asset tax was in 1919, sorry. In Jamaica's case, Mr. President, the asset tax was brought on as a temporary measure for 3 years and is still here. Yes, through JLP and PNP administration, but the JLP administration boasts of how well the economy is doing. The PNP had to bring it on at a time to save where we were. Mr. Leach went on to say that with 2.5 billion in shares outstanding, that would make the tax about $1.05 per share. Compared to the 3 dividend payments he made of 50 cents in each quarter, total of $1.50 per share, the dividends could then have been increased to $2.55 per share. That's a 41% pay cut, as he explained. So who wants a 41% pay cut, Mr. President? Who wants one? I would say not the pensioners who hold a large shareholding of shares in groups such as the NCB Group. Public disclosure by the JMB Group indicates that the institution has paid over $9 billion in asset taxes since the tax was introduced. Senator the Honorable Keith Duncan, in his capacity as Group CEO of JMB Group, has publicly stated that the asset tax is distortionary, and I think he echoed that again this morning. It defeats capital, it constrains the ability of financial institutions to expand lending and investment. As late as his 2025 AGM, he reiterated that this asset not only is distortionary but not fair to shareholders, and that's why I'm focusing again on, Mr. President, the shareholders.
What?
It defeats the capital for the financial institution, but it's not fair to the shareholders.
Wow.
It also means that there's a floor, an invisible floor to lending, as it must be added to the cost of doing business, and I believe that Senator Duncan also said that. I would ask if it's still the case for JMB, but I understand the position that Senator Duncan may now be in, and so I will ask him to answer the question this morning. As shared by Senator Small Ferguson, the PSOJ president made an appeal to the Minister of Finance in 2023, and in 2024 again he reiterated it when the 2024-2025 budget was tabled. The PSOJ at that time called on the government to remove the asset tax and to take necessary action to implement the following initiatives: the introduction of a new Customs Act and regulation, first mentioned in 2020, a comprehensive review of the Income Tax Act, which some have started, but it's not yet where it needs to be, and the unification of various payroll taxes. So, Mr. President, in summary, I trust it's not a position, this position of the asset tax and the need to remove it is not one on which any responsible CEO would vacillate, given the far-reaching implications. You see, Mr. President, leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient. The Honorable Minister Nigel Clark, when he was Minister of Finance, condemned the asset tax charge. He did. Oh, wow. Leadership is not convenient, though. I mean, leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient. At the time, Minister Clark said he was philosophically opposed to an asset tax and reiterated that he believes it counterproductive to economic activity. He was of the view that people take action to avoid tax. That would be deleterious to the economy. Finance, Honorable Minister Paper will
Can you hear me now?
Unclear at best.
No sound
I'm not sure
again.
we plainly understand the direction she's pointing us in. Despite ongoing pressure to remove or reduce the tax, she has said that a rollback will only begin as soon as the national budget allows. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Government policy, perhaps. Some my questions, Mr. President. Are there specific targets? I know targets is something I think you're familiar with.
Ooh.
Minister Hill.
Ooh.
Are there specific targets to be met? Define, I would like the minister, the honorable minister, define when the national budget allows. What does that mean? Further, why not disclose a targeted time period in which to reduce? So we would welcome some kind of direction around within which years you want to target it.
Damn.
Following the attainment of whatever targets, because we don't know the targets. The people of Jamaica don't know the targets. Well, remember, they told me in my first sitting in the Senate, that the Honorable Dunwoody used to say, what gets measured gets done. So my request is on behalf of the business community, allow businesses to plan. Where is the engagement? Where is the engagement with the business sector? How can a blanket commitment be accepted when there has been a lack of credibility with commitments? Having sacrificed, the case must be made, I believe. People must know why they're sacrificing and for how much longer. So in summary, Mr. President, I reiterate, dividends and retained earnings do not only accrue to large shareholders, they accrue to pension funds, retirement accounts, and ordinary Jamaicans whose savings are invested in these institutions. It is income foregone. Should I remind us all that during COVID, when pensioners did not get dividends, there was a lot of cry around prescriptions and medication not being able to be bought? Without the asset tax, that capital could have been otherwise reinvested to fund growth. It is productive capacity which is removed from the Jamaican economy. Mr. President, asset tax penalizes capital formation. It taxes assets regardless of whether those assets generate income. It reduces the ability of financial institutions to lend, with a lot of small businesses and
will suffer.
Will require
yes, that's a fact.
It reduces investment capacity. So the bottom line, it suppresses economic growth. Financial institutions are central to national development. They finance housing, they finance business, they finance infrastructure. When capital formation is penalized, economic expansion is constrained, and ultimately the Jamaican people who bear the cost. The amendments proposed, while not egregious, do not go far enough to know how much longer we are expecting to sacrifice.
So, see. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anderson definitely put the Jamaica Labour Party on the chopping block a while ago in terms of dropping just the facts, right? And I'm saying, she said something about the economy and how, they told us that the economy was booming and there's prosperity, right? Then what is going on now where they have to be coming at people with these taxes? And what she's explaining, is that the economy is going to tighten because of this, right? And I'm saying, guys, look at your screen. Andrew Ones accepts the $28 million salary. At a time like this, me personally, right, I said this. I said, why isn't the government sacrificing anything? Why isn't the people in Parliament, why aren't they the ones that are sacrificing their salary? Cut it down to 30%, right? Whatever you were getting or whatever you were projected to get, cut that down by 30%, ladies and gentlemen, just to help out the people of Jamaica. So now we must, as the poorer class, right, must be down here. Andrew Ones is now accepting $28 million top up, right? The Office of the Prime Minister has announced that Dr. Andrew Ones accepts full salary and emoluments attached to the office, retroactive to September last year. That means Dr. Ones will now earn a salary of $28.5 million, 28 bank accounts, $28.5 million. This is up from the current salary of just over $9 million. So you're telling me that Andrew Jones was only receiving over $9 million? I don't believe it. The decision was announced in a media release on Friday. According to the Office of the Prime Minister, following careful review and internal consultation, it was agreed that the Prime Minister should accept the compensation structure previously set for the post. In May 2023, owners declined to accept an adjusted compensation package following fierce public backlash against the salary increase granted to the political directorate. No, so you see, I tell you, Andrew worked back way, at the time when things were not as bad as now. He didn't accept it. That's what they're telling us. I still don't believe it. And now when things are extremely bad, this is the time for him to not accept it. Now he accepts it. But everybody else is going to get destroyed by this tax package. Man, listen, bro. I'm telling you, man, these people right here, let me know what y'all think. Big up to Miss Anderson. She definitely took them to task with the facts. It was irrefutable, and I mean that was abuse. She knocked them out from the first round, and you know the ref did not come and say, yo, stop the match, he's getting plummeted. And she just continued to beat them with it. She continued to hit them with it. Hit them with facts. Everybody's on the floor. The entire financial team of the Jamaica Labour Party was destroyed in that one address that she made, ladies and gentlemen. In that one address. So big her up. Alright? That is it. And you know, to close, in terms of this particular reaction, when I tell you that the Jamaica Labour Party is the weapon that is found against this country, these are the things I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. They operate in reverse. They never do things in the order for us to have real, you know, growth and prosperity, right? So they don't follow procurement rules when they should not accept an increase. That's the time they want it. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's really just, I'm so tired of these people. I don't know about you guys, but I am really tired of these people. Trust me. All right, so that. I really had to put those together. Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe it? And Jones accepts $28 million at this time, at this time. Tell me the truth, guys. Would you accept it? Given how people are homeless. People, I mean, you accepted 9 times 2 is what? 9 times 3 is what? He tripled his money at this time. You're telling me that Andrew Jones needs money? You're telling me that Andrew Jones need more money in his pocket? Him and his wife. Yo, this man is the wickedest individual ever, bro. Ever. It's yo, this dude, man. This dude right here, boy. Wow.
You may not realize this.
Yeah, I did not realize it. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it. Sure didn't. I sure did, ma'am. Oh, yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, here we go. So, the clip with Christopher Tufton, yeah. I need a clip with Christopher Tufton. Andre has that on his platform last night. PDTV. That was 42 minutes ago. I did the one last night, as in night before. Even today in midday connection, I think he played it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he played it today. It sure did. Ah, here it is, yes. Yes, right here.
Hey.
Alright, come off. Alright. Alright, this alright. Alright, this is Jamaica, alright, this Hello Jamaica, how you doing? It's your brother Bolo VNR and we're here with another reaction. So, St. Mary, there was a new health center that was open. Christopher Tufton was there, and there's a few things that I have an issue with in terms of this particular situation, right? Norman Dunn. Who remembers that Norman Dunn is the one that owns the building in Anatabe that the TAJ was paying a lot of money for per month that was empty while he was a minister of government? How many people remember that? Selvon, how you doing? Right? How many people actually remembers that? That Norman Dunn is the owner of a building in Anatabe that the TAJ was leasing that is empty. That whole scandal, ladies and gentlemen, you know, with Norman Dunn, while he was the minister at the time. I don't even know if Norman Dunn is still getting paid by TAJ. According to, and this was the 24th of March. And I'm going to carry you back to the article. Zane, I'm going to share the article with you. This is the 24th of March, 2024. All right, $4 million in rent for property not in use. Who remembers this? I guess I'll have to play some of it for you. Right? I guess I really have to play some of it for you. Because I'm telling you, man, this is an absolute disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. You really cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. I want to show you guys the fullness. All right, see? Auditor General reveals TAJ racks up to near 400 million in rent for property not in use. Let's go back to this article. Let's go back to this. Let me read this one alone, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read this one alone. All right. Oh. You know, say something turn off. Lord have mercy.
Special audit reports, which has been the subject of much debate. Auditor General reveals TAJ wraps up nearly $400 million in rent for property not in use. /R Today. Administrator. Reading time for minutes. Properties unoccupied despite total expenditure of over 356 million Jamaican dollars. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis. Photo. Auditor General's Department. Durant Pate /contributor. In one of the two Auditor General, AG, special audit reports, which has been the subject of much debate in Parliament, Tax Administration Jamaica, TJ, has been found wanting for leasing two properties in Anato Bay and Mandeville for over 356 million Jamaican dollars, which are still not occupied. Both reports were eventually tabled in Parliament yesterday after House Speaker Juliette Holness Speaker of the House Juliette Holness Both reports were eventually tabled in Parliament yesterday after House Speaker Juliette Holness backed down on an earlier attempt to not have the documents tabled, citing a breach in how these documents ought to be presented for tabling.
Me not gonna make that slide. Sorry. Forgive me for I'm not gonna make that slide. I'm not gonna make that slide. So ladies and gentlemen, wanna hear that? Juliette Holness. Juliette Holness. You hear what them say she do? She tried to have the documents not tabled, citing a breach in how these documents are to be presented for tabling. It was such an egregious report. $400 million between two properties that were not being used. And Norman Dunn, we still don't know the name of the person that actually owns the other property. And Norman Dunn was one of them, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, let's continue. Let's continue. This is a national disgrace, I'm telling you.
Tabling. Details of allegations. Speaker of the House Juliette Holness. In the first case, Monroe Ellis reports that her department conducted a special audit of Taja's leasing arrangements in response to allegations that the sitting member of Parliament, Dr. Norman Dunn, through his private company, bought a commercial building within his constituency, a few meters across from the existing tax office, which was subsequently rented to TJ for approximately 700,000 Jamaican dollars per month. The property was leased to relocate the Taja's office in St. Mary. It is alleged that approximately 8 months' rent has been paid, but the building is yet to be occupied and renovations have not yet commenced. Based on the allegations, the August department sought to assess whether there were breaches in the Taja's policies and procedures, as well as the Government of Jamaica, GJ, guidelines. During the audit, Monroe Ellis determined the information received in the allegations were true. However, no evidence was presented which suggested that the sitting member of Parliament, who is listed as the director of the private company that owns the Anado Bay location in question, interfered with the Taja's procurement process or influenced Taja's decision to lease the property. Findings. Logo for Tax Administration Jamaica. Photo, Facebook app. On January...
So ladies and gentlemen, right, I'm not going to go more into the article, but right here, right, it says that there was no evidence based off the TAJ's procurement process that it influenced their decision to take the building that Norman Dunn took. I really don't know why it wasn't a breach of some type of law in terms of the procurement, but there should be a breach. And if you agree with me, type agree in the chat, because there's no way a sitting member of parliament should be renting the government a building that is empty and not in use. This story went even further, you know, because there was some argument that there was supposed to be some type of refurbishing and all type of thing of building, are you doing, Sharon? And it never happened. I don't know about you guys, but I have a problem with that. And I want to know if Norman Dunn is still being paid $700,000 a month for an empty building. Now we're going to move to the actual video, ladies and gentlemen, right? The actual video in St. Mary. Look at this with the ruckus that happened, right? Let's check this out.
the health center. Look for this on the screen and tell me how Christoph and Bolo and Big Bag. Look.
So I want to say to you, enjoy your clinic. Enjoy your clinic. This is government taxpayers' money at work. Thank you very much. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen. Right? Hold on. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Hold on. When I said we were going to have a community dialogue, I never really planned on this kind of dialogue, right? I want to just say that it's exactly 3:19 and this meeting started 2:15, and I said it would be a 1 hour session before we go and look at the facility. Hold on for me. Hold on, relax. Hold on. Can I get some reverend to just bless the building so that we can go and open the building and look at the building, okay? All right.
Let's begin.
So I want to say to you, enjoy your clinic. Enjoy your clinic. This is government taxpayers' money at work. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen. Right? Hold on. Said the plan and discuss. And before we go and look at the facility. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see, there was a disruption. There was a clash between PNP and JLP supporters. So, I stand corrected. Mr. Chris Brown was there. My thing is that, and I thought I didn't see him, but he was there. Mr. Chris Brown was there. So Christopher Tufton had Mr. Brown there. So I apologize for earlier when I spoke. And that was not correct. I was incorrect. Because I was like, he didn't invite Mr. Chris Brown? Christopher Brown? I was like, wow. So Mr. Christopher Brown was there, guys. No. Albeit that Mr. Chris Brown was there, I personally still don't appreciate that Mr. Dunn was there. I don't appreciate that he was given the microphone to speak. I don't appreciate it. I'm going to tell you why. I think personally that the situation with his empty building, while he was being paid, the amount of money he was being paid for being a member of parliament, is egregious. If the building was being used, ladies and gentlemen, I could understand. But our tax dollars was being wasted and his pockets was being filled at the same time when our tax dollars was being wasted, right? I still think there's an issue I as a Jamaican have a problem with government official that is already being paid as government officials is actually getting paid again from our tax dollars, right, with their businesses. I truly have a problem with that, and I don't care what side of the fence it's happening. So say for instance, Mr. Golding is in power. Mr. Golding is a businessman, but while being the prime minister, his time is occupied in fattening his pockets with his business, and it just so happens to be it's government contracts that he's getting the business from. I don't know about you guys, but that is a conflict of interest for me. So I personally, I vehemently disagree with that happening. So it is a similar thing with Dr. Dunn. According to the report, there was no issue where the procurement is concerned. They didn't see anything. I really disagree. That has to be a conflict of interest, but they didn't see anything. I believe on principle though, if I was a member of parliament, I could not feel comfortable renting the building to the government that is not being used. It's empty. So Norman Dunn, for accepting that money for an empty building, okay, you can ask the question, Norman Dunn, for accepting that money, for me, I question his character. The government of Jamaica, the TAJ, for procuring a building that is empty, that to me is a sweetheart deal to Norman Dunn. It's free money. Imagine you as a Jamaican getting $700,000 a month. And that's it. Free money. How many of you would like to get $700,000 a month? Well, your tax dollars that is accumulated from taking it from you, that's what it was used to do. Just put into Norman Dunn's pocket. I have a problem with that. So you can understand the people in St. Mary that is burning a fire when him get the chance to come talk about tax dollars like him is a governmental representative. He doesn't have the right to speak there. He's a private citizen. Go and sit down. Worse, you never even do nothing for the people, then. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me personally, if I was a government official and I pride myself on integrity, the optics alone from the building being leased to me and they're not using it, it's empty. Oh my God, I was like, nope, yo, listen, man. The building is not ready, so I can't lease the building. It's not ready to be used. It's not ready. Guys, it sat there for months, you know. And even when the Auditor General report came out, about this, right? It was, wow, 2024, March 2024. According to this, I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, some type of renovation was to be done on the building around September or something like that. September, yeah. Yeah. I believe it was around September. Right? So the building could be occupied. Right? So I'm saying, why would you enter into a lease agreement that, one, is that long, and two, you never have any clear plans as to how you would start renovating the building? See that based on the funds already extended, TAJ must urgently put in place the necessary arrangements for timely completion of its renovation projects to reduce the level of nugatory expenditure especially at the Anatomy location, given the safety concerns at the current office. So they needed, Jetline, how you doing? They needed a new building, right? The money is being spent on the lease agreement. And no renovation is happening for months. And the money is being paid to Norman Dunn like this, just being paid to him. Where was the foresight to say, you know what? Let's pause the lease agreement. Let's pause it. Because honestly, this is a waste of Jamaican tax dollars. And my God, after 5 months, $700,000 gone, sir. And you have youth that are going to school that can't afford lunch, and $700,000 gone, sir. I have a problem with that, Joe. I don't know about you guys. So, yo, so you say, what you say now? I need to ask you a question. I'm waiting on the question. I don't see any question. Right? So, yeah. This is why Norman Dunn got the heat he got, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to carry you guys back into time in regards to the situation with Norman Dunn. And of course, you know, what's his name? You know, one of the weapons that is formed against Jamaica, one of the Three Musketeers, Christopher Tufton, was at the center stage of all of this. Let me know what you guys think, all right? Yes, hello?
The question is there. How come you're not seeing it?
Say that, no, I don't see the question. You asked me if you can ask, you asked me if you can ask me a question. Mm-hmm.
And I said, did you watch Andre's show earlier?
No, I didn't get, no, I didn't get to watch it.
Okay, his guest made a comment, and I'm just curious what you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm, what's that?
So they were discussing, as usual, Andrew. He said that he don't think that Andrew really did anything criminal, like anything illegal. Do you agree with that?
What was the context of what he was saying in terms of what?
You know, described it like Andre was trying to explain to him about the things he's doing that's in the country that is just wrong, and him and all his idiots behind him, right?
Yeah.
So he was explaining them one by one, like what names or was, whatever his stupid name is, did or is doing to the country. And, you know, he said he understands and he sees certain things, but he doesn't think he's really done anything illegal. I
Well,
don't understand. I don't agree with that.
Well, legalities and wrongdoing is two different things.
I think he hasn't done anything that he hasn't done something to get charged for. So to me, that's it right there.
This is what I'm saying. You'd have to prove. Somebody say acting like these people have conscience. What I'm saying is this. Can anybody say that Andrew has done anything illegal? Definitively. Nope. He's not been charged for anything yet. So no, I will say this. What they have done to the Jamaican people, in my opinion, is criminal. Taxing.
And they choose not to charge him. He should be charged.
I mean, yeah, the situation with the IC, he should have been charged there because everybody else in that similar situation has been charged. But they didn't charge him, so on record, he hasn't done anything.
So that doesn't mean that he has not done it. It just means that they choose not to charge him.
It's a fine line because it's a fine line because they are the ones that are the judge.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, they are. No, it's not what you know about. They are the judges. And when they looked at the situation, they said that based off the law, he doesn't need to be charged because he didn't do anything wrong.
I'm not going to support that, but okay.
Hey, yeah, me understand where you come from, you know, but I'm just looking at it from because there is a youth where me know the youth where you talk still where they depend it, you know. Noel. There is a youth who try
Yeah,
to
wonder.
yeah, him try to speak how would I put it now? He tries to be balanced in his
Yeah,
commentary.
he does.
He doesn't he doesn't do like us. You understand?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get that.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for the donuts. Keep those donuts coming, guys, on TikTok. Yeah, he doesn't do that. But we out here in Jamaica is a little bit different. But I appreciate, you know, his the work that he does and everything, isn't he? Him do on TikTok.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll have to listen to it
All
to
right, no dramas.
to really get the full context of what
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
saying. But
Okay.
if you was to ask me if I believe that Andrew Willis and the rest of them are involved in things that are
I know
nefarious.
your belief has been you talk
Yes,
about it already.
yes, thank you very much. But you know,
Yes,
God
sir.
and time, all things shall be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
All right, you know
All right, sweetie.
who?
All right, thank you. Yes, gentle people. Yes, gentle people. All right.
Just to show you, when you have like a kind of like thing, right? Then you know that it's no joke, right? It's no joke. So let us just go on and deal with the juggling, right? And I continue to play this clip like there's a significant message as it relates to what the Jamaica Labour Party, right, has been doing. And, you know, for people who have been affected by it, because, you know, coming up, and why this is important to put this out there, because we have a local government election, right, that is now, you know, within
Oh,
the next 2 years, right, the local government election. And the Jamaica Labour Party is quite strategic. Everything that they are doing, every single thing that they are doing, they are putting a campaign piece in it,
yes.
right? So
Yes.
don't be naive.
Yes.
Don't be naive.
Listen, the Jamaica Labour Party is always campaigning. I want you guys to understand that. So when you see the little E that them company internet that I talk about say September 3rd gone already, ladies and gentlemen, the entire Jamaica Labour Party is campaigning. The bus them where them a come with. A campaign, them a come campaign with the bus them, the procurement at the bus them. You know. I bet say you hear them use it as prop. After them buy the old bus them and car come to Jamaica, Daryl Vaz. After Daryl Vaz car the old bus them come, ladies and gentlemen. No, you see them a run come and come talk about, oh yes, we're coming in with some new buses. Hmm? Them two skill. In Jetline, them two skill.
If they are fixing a road which they're responsible to do, right? You're the government, you're responsible to do it. If you notice, they went up there, the PR, that is a campaign piece that they are putting in, right? And you know, it is so silly, so ludicrous that what the government is to do, right, and what we right ensure that we voted for them to do the people's will. They are coming out and acting as if okay, they are doing something for us. When you fix the road, or you fix a bridge, or whatever you do, right, to you know, as it relates to political representation,
Yeah, we're live right
it is
now.
what you are to do.
Hold up.
Right? No political grandstanding should be in that. Right? So for you to be selling that in terms of the political representation, that when you fix a bridge, you demonstrate that okay, all right, to fix the bridge and so forth. I mean, people are going to know that you fix the bridge. If you're a good politician, you don't need to do these things.
No.
Now, the very same thing, and this is why the Urban Development Center, St. Thomas Urban Development Center, now becomes such a detriment, right, to the Prime Minister himself, because of what the Prime Minister liked to do. And, you know, he went in, lied to the people, shape a narrative that, okay, the St. Thomas Urban Development Center, right, is going to be up and ready. And you see the same thing come and haunt him right? As it relates to what is coming out now. So I am telling the Jamaican people, right, to look out for these things, and it is important that we continue to repeat these things. And so then what Kenny Knight was saying was alerting Jamaica of what is happening as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party. So my people, please, here is...
And people don't seem to understand this. But money is not easy to come by. You ask people for donations and so on. They give you some. I don't want to tell you who was Oswest's largest donor. I don't want to tell you who gave him the most money. But I'll tell you this. Much of the money that the Labour had spent in this election was money that they stole.
What?
From the people themselves.
What?
They stole that money and they stored a part of it to use in buying votes.
Wow.
It is not through the generosity of others that they were able to get the whole set of money that they had. This was as a result of them stealing $14 billion from the public purse. 14 billion, that's $4.6 million from every single Jamaican, including the baby, including the beggar who was to pay GCT.
Oh.
And then they took it and they bought my black brothers and sisters. This is a return to slavery. That's what it is. But this time is not the white man buying the black man. It's the black man putting up himself for sale to anybody, whether black or white. My brother, we are going to regret this. I will be gone. I will be gone. But black people going to regret it. Because the time is coming when not one single person coming out of North East St. Catherine will be able to become a member of parliament. Not one. Only the rich, the very rich, will be able to become members of parliament, to plunder the public purse some more and steal some more and let themselves get richer. I'm told that Michael Mann...
All right, let me stop, share that.
Whoa.
You know, let us just have a little reasoning. Let us just have a little reasoning here, Jamaica, right? For Katie Knight, right, to speak out so clear, in clear terms, and tell you exactly what the Jamaica Labour Party has been doing. If you notice, Jamaican people, and I'm playing this for you to be wise.
First, may I hear it?
Think through these things.
First, may I hear the audio there?
And you notice not one person can come out
and say he's lying. Yeah.
Because they all know.
Wow.
It's true. Wow. They all know that it's true. And they know that if they challenge Katie Knight, it is going to be serious exposure for them. So what they do, they just make it, just go by, and their tactics is just be silent.
Yes.
Don't respond to Katie Knight, and it will die. It is our responsibility to bring it to light, to show Jamaica what the Jamaica Labour Party has been doing, right? Illegal campaign funding, right? Drugs, right? I mean, trust me, extrajudicial killings, union, it is that bad, it is that terrible. And while we are here speaking, right, the only way that we are going to be able to prosper, we have to get rid of the Jamaica Labour Party. The history of our politics, and this is why education is so important, and this is why I love the People's National Party so much as it relates to, Michael Manley, because I am not going to be, acting as if you know, everyone knows by now that I am a strictly manlyite, right? Can't get that out of me. That's my culture. I've been cultured that way. I'm a strictly manlyite. But the love for Michael Manley is through the love as it relates to educating his people.
Yeah.
Right? As it relates to the political philosophy of democratic socialism. And that is one of the reasons why Michael Manley, right, created NHT as an ease of comfort for low income home earners, distributors who are paying, right, should be, you know, comfortable. And if you notice again what he definitely invested in, higher learning, right, free education up to tertiary level. Who has ever done that? And this is, you know, when it comes to, you know, the deep thinking process, and one should look as it relates to the philosophy of Michael Manley with, you know, education and, you know, and housing, right? It has never been watered down, passing on through the various political leaders of the People's National Party. It has never watered down, right? After Michael Manley, PJ Patterson, right? After PJ Patterson, Portia Simpson, right? Portia Simpson, right? Peter Phillips, right? And of course, Mark Golden. Never, and one of the reasons why I want you to, where you can do the research for yourself, to show you how much you understand the People's National Party have that love, right, in terms of developing the nation and building the nation. And you can make a clear comparison and contrast between the People's National Party and Jamaica Labour Party.
True, man.
Now, when it comes to housing, let me ask.
No, on a big man level, like, guys, when people say that the PNP and the JLP is the same, you know, I'm taken aback. I really have challenged everybody where that is concerned, even the UIC members. I don't know if you remember me having a conversation with one of them. And I was like, yeah, I can understand why you would say that, but I don't see it. When I look at the history between the two parties, I cannot see where the JLP and the PNP is the same thing. If you want to tell me that they are similar, similar don't mean same. Because you can see some clear distinctions between them. How they govern. Things that the PNP do, the JLP will never do for the people. It is against their philosophy. They will never do it. I mean, never do it. And it actually benefits the people. It actually benefits the people that are classed as the one that are least fortunate. When you hear them say that the JLP is for the rich, prove it. The rich get rich under the JLP. But this JLP is a bit different because some of the rich people also got scammed under the JLP government ruling. While they were ruling, rich people got scammed. SSL. So nobody no safe. Only people when we have for them friend and clique safe. Now them syndicate are there some money make. That small syndicate. That's how it works.
And I want you to just don't listen to us. Just don't listen to us.
Do the research.
Go and actually do the research for yourself. You understand? Because when you are self-satisfied, you know that no one, right, as it relates to Andrew Holness coming out with this lie about FinSac and lie about this and lie about that, that will not able to hold you. And so it is important for you in terms of what we are saying, you go through Google and you confirm if Mystic Sensation is lying. Now, for the People's National Party as it relates to social programs being developed, Jamaica Labour Party cannot compete. I am not going to say that Jamaica Labour Party did not do anything as it relates to social program. That is not what I'm saying. But it is minuscule. Minuscule. The People's National Party had done a lot. Look at what Andrew Holness has been doing with the NHT program.
My God.
Right? And when Andrew Holness in 2015, right, what he promised? He promised that he would have constructed over 70,000 homes. Right? I mean, trust me, not even 30% of that being accomplished. And we are talking about over 10 years.
Come on, man.
Over 10 years. And not even 30% of that. Right?
Yo, this man just makes promises and then calls it commitment while never committing. or fulfilling his promise. A commitment should be a higher grade or something that has more credibility than promises, you know. When somebody commits to something, you know, it's almost like a legal, verbal tender, you know. It holds weight, you know, or it should. But with Andrew, man, listen, I'm going to commit to you that I'm going to give you this 100,000, and then, you know what I'm saying, you can do this and we make some money. And then he makes the money and not give you the 100,000. Because him sweet you up with the idea, say I'll get 100,000. You put in the work for him, and then he never get the 100,000. Just like what they do September 3rd, listen, we're gonna do this and this and that and that and that. For you guys, just give us the third term. We're doing well. The economy is right there. We're gonna grow it. Let the prosperity continue, and then boop in your head. I want them blame Hurricane Melissa. Hurricane Melissa make Andrew honest and in government don't fulfill none of them promise them when promise no September 3rd. For September 3rd election. Oh no notice. You labor right them on the day out there, poke out on the head. But don't be disrespectful because I'm going to black on them. Yeah, there's no sound I'm going to get black. Me not afraid. When we go and rock with me, 40 odd people them, I'm 9 and 10 people them, I'm 36 people them. Whoever amount of people they out there, over here so we want to hear the truth, the total truth and nothing but the truth so help them God, and he's not offended by it, I will stay in that company. Me I tell you, Dorel, the man, these people make the government get away with too much money and trick them with too much money. I'm telling you guys, it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me, bro. Yo, once you cross me, that's it. I'm telling you. That's it.
Has been done. And so then when you look at the difference between, the People's National Party create low-income homes for Jamaican people, under no circumstances JLP can match up with that. But mark in terms of what I'm saying now. Jamaica Labour Party by their trickery, and they continue to deceive, and I don't know why. I honestly don't know why Jamaican people buy into it. Honestly, the internet is there, Jamaicans. Google search is there.
Joanne, what's up?
And yet, in all of what the People's National Party had done, right, the Jamaican people had put the Jamaica Labour Party in power more than the People's National Party. Oh, I just can't fathom it. I can't understand it that the person who is taking care of you better than the other person, you are treating the other person, right, putting that person in leadership more times than the people who definitely created all the social programs. And not only that, the People's National Party have been created all the social programs, and the Jamaica Labour Party been using the People's National Party social programs. And I'm saying, at what point, as it relates to some people, that they are going to investigate these things, right, and provide a data that they themselves can make a prudent decision. It is there. Now, let us now go a little bit deeper. I just want to cement that. And for Jamaicans, we want to help Marvin Edgar. Marvin Edgar will be marching Monday. And for those who are in Jamaica, please, if you can participate for a cause. Because I have seen the Sagicor, right, run, happen, right, and more than 30,000 people show up. More than 30,000 people show up.
No, I guess Mystical is not privy to the update that the march is postponed. This was earlier today. I hope somebody reached out to him and let him know that, no man, there will be no, there will be no march this Monday. Alright guys? I'm going to rewind and Good night, Doreen. You might go rewind. You might postpone. Yeah, man, it postpone. I hope you know that.
Right? So then, I mean, Marvin Edgar, right, is doing something that more beneficial than what the Sagicor is doing. And let me tell you what is more beneficial than what the Sagicor is doing. Marvin Edgar is moving towards getting out of kleptocratic government. You know what I mean? You know what's the benefit there? The benefit of that? Let me give you the benefit. Where corruption linger in any society, and where you have a kleptocratic government, that country cannot prosper.
Yes.
And will not prosper.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you galvanize with Marvin Edgar, right, and we get this thing serious, because Jamaica, let me tell you something. Where we on social media educating, talking day and night, and right, you are hearing the Andre Stevenson, you are hearing the Ian Lonesome, you are hearing the Mystic Sensation, you are hearing the Rattigan, you are hearing the Jeffrey Tavares, you are hearing the Portland Spice, and you are hearing
hold on, before we make that point there. A society or system ruled by people who use their power to steal their country's resources. You hear that? That's a kleptocratic government. What he said was something else? What you mean? What did Marvin say? Marvin said it was postponed. Did Marvin give an update? Sassy, did Marvin, you want to call me? What do you mean by he said something else? What do you mean by that? So a kleptocratic government is one that steals their country's resources. And that's exactly what this government is. They've been stealing our resources, ladies and gentlemen. Our tax dollars, they've been robbing it up.
You can hear the Anissa Bell Rose, you are hearing the attack of the press, and all of the things that you all of the medium that you have been utilized. Let us deal with the facts. You have to look in the mirror. It's about you doing something. None of
Listen, did they make we talk tonight? Hold on, let me find that.
us will be able to make that physical change if the people who have the power decided to sit and not doing anything. And that is fundamental as it relates to the success, the future of Jamaica. And if each one tell each one that, look, let us do this for our children. For me, I am not hiding. I am galvanizing it. Help to spread the message that people need to join Marvin Edgar, right, in achieving what needs to be achieved. This government need to get out of power. What people don't understand, and this is one of the reasons why I am going to play the next clip to show people that what we are talking about.
Hold on, my boss.
Hearing you. Good evening to you and your lovely guests, our viewers. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yes, you see what is going on? At 7 o'clock, we're going to have opposition spokesperson and transport, Bvrclips, on the program.
Okay.
Today, when I was speaking to you, after I came off the phone.
Yeah, I saw the video, but what I got from it was something different.
Stuff, I told you what I was doing.
Right.
And something, and you and I know where Mr. Rattigan went out. No, okay? We get the drift of that.
To axe your car. I should be able to take 5,120 times.
It is short $637 million.
So anyway you take it, it's short US. You're talking about US?
Yes.
No, Jamaica.
Yes.
Jamaica.
Yes.
So anyway you take it, we're still short 600 and odd. If you max out all of them at 5,000 US per bus, yeah, we're still short 600 and odd million with an M, million. And you're telling me that this man, this is not his only
rodeo.
This is not the only thing that this man is guilty of.
It's not his first rodeo.
No, he's getting many more things.
Many more things. And these people are constantly getting a spank on their wrists and are allowed to still collect a salary that none of them are worthy of. Yeah, the country cannot continue like this, Jeffrey. And this will choose Marvin. Because they have seen dignity, they see pride, they see someone who means the Jamaican people well. This is not about me, but I am saying that the Jamaican people have not found a leader who stands, though the heavens fall around him, for the Jamaican people. And I am putting myself in that position where I am going to defend the Jamaican people and their tax money at all costs. There will be a protest before the budget is read in April. The date and time, we haven't done that. I went ahead because...
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So you heard what he said. There will be a protest. They haven't given the date and time, but it will be before the budget. So we're clear on that? You gotta get it from the horse's mouth, man.
Because I was supposed to do a protest.
I have to understand when I say postpone. Postpone is not cancelled. Postpone means you put off till another time. So he did say he postponed it, isn't it? Yeah.
This Monday the 23rd, until the Holy Spirit intervened and many calls came in, which was in confirmation to my spirit, that they want to be a part of it. We need to be organized. And you know what I did? I pulled back. I listened. And I can assure the people that as I sit here today, we're currently organizing what I believe is going to be one of the greatest stand that Jamaica has ever made in the history of Jamaica, because we're going to lock down this damn country. And we don't have to burn things, and we don't have to call anybody the names.
That's what I've been saying, bro. Yo, the quiet legal manner. I'm talking about, can you imagine 400,000 people for days? No movement. And it's clear our demands. Tufton, big up yourself, Gary. Tufton, gots to go. Andrew, gots to go. Daryl Vaz, gots to go. Them they on the head, them they top man them. They gots to go. They gots to go. Juliet Oles gots to go. Can I tell you? Enough for she. She have to go with Andrew. Not just she neither. Them gots to go. She had the one where they in a parliament a shield the thing. From things not bust out. She do her utmost best. You know? Don't trust her. She's not supposed to be in that position that she's in. All of them need to go. I could really name more people. To be honest with you, I really could name more people. There's people that are not supposed to be there at all. Marissa Dalrymple. At all. Just at all. You know them way there? Go and sit down. Seriously. As an MP, she shouldn't be there. Bobby Montague. At all. Andrew Wheatley. At all. Where's someone for the stop? What if them? Jamaica, that should not have been back in Parliament. Nobody talk about the Minister of Agriculture. Jesus. You know, so why time I done there now, nobody left in our cabinet. May I stop for you?
There are many, there's simple way. We simply come together and we're just not going to come out of our house. We're going to lock down ourselves until we get answers. We're not just going to lock it, you know. There are going to be demands. Number one, we need to know who the 12 criminals are. Now, Jeffrey, what did you expect if the country knew from the Auditor General and from the Integrity Commission that there are 12 politicians who are complicit, who are wanted for illicit enrichment, and the Prime Minister of the country and the so-called legal team put a gag order that we, the citizens, who who paid their salary, who they work for, cannot know who the 12 people are? So what did we expect?
And this was before the election. This was a rogue election, you know? We should have known everybody that was on that list. I think I realize that most Jamaican people love separation. Martha, I don't disagree with you. Them have to love separation.
And there was an election where the country was voting for people who they are thieves, but we don't know who they are. Giving them a second chance. You expect them to edit better? More than people to thief? They have to continue stealing because we voted for thieves. We did not stand up to say, listen, the persons who are complicit, who are wanted for illicit enrichment, should not be eligible to be re-elected. The country must know who they are, and they cannot, for the love of God, they cannot be on the ballot box. Jamaicans did not defend that. The opposition, I am disappointed in the opposition. Mark Golding and his entire team should have made that the #1 protest, where we are not going to enter a general election until we know who the 12 persons for illicit enrichment are. Because naturally, them getting the chance to be re-elected without us not knowing, you're putting in back 12 more thieves who are the thief in country money.
Marvin, I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that the People's National Party never demanded that. And before I disagree with you, Marvin, because I've heard several speeches from Dr. Dayton Campbell about said topic, and also Mark Golding, I would want to hear what is the action that you would like. You know what? Let me do it on this. Let me do it on this. Let me do it on this because I love to hear him answer. Alright, let me do it on this. Like I tag him. I'm gonna tag the brother.
Now an election.
Alright, people. Shout out to Marvin, shout out to Make We Talk, with Jeffrey Tavares on YouTube and on TikTok. Listen to the argument from Marvin. I may have a question for you, Marvin. So after you finish with questions, ask you some questions.
Hey, listen, the persons who are complicit, who are wanted for illicit enrichment, should not be eligible to be re-elected. The country must know who they are, and they cannot, for the love of God, they cannot be on the ballot box. Jamaicans did not defend that. The opposition, I am disappointed in the opposition. Mark Golding and his entire team should have made that the #1 protest, where we are not going to enter a general election until we know who the 12 persons for illicit enrichment are. Because naturally, them getting the chance to be re-elected without us not knowing, you're putting in back 12 more thieves who are the thief in country money.
Yes.
And that's what we're having in the education ministry. 104 million.
So, big up the General Marvin. Zane, what may I say, bro? I would like to ask you what exactly you would have wanted the PMP to do. Like, what do you think the PMP did not do that was in their power? Should they have not embarked in the election in protest of the 12 thieves, and then would I just have a situation like in the 1980s when the PMP at the time never contest the election and then win all of the seat them? What you mean by you're not going to engage in an election? No, you're going to declare that no election mustn't happen. I don't think it's in the power and the merit of the PMP to do that, because we were waiting on Andrew wanted to call the election and he was dragging it out. As a matter of fact, is the actual Laws is the one that forced him. He never really had a choice. It was that date that he put it was the date. And Dr. Dayton Campbell actually called it because he knows that he never had any other choice. Right? You said the entire PMP should have campaigned on that. Well, I can remember Dr. Dayton Campbell speaking, well, mostly about Andrew Onis' statutory declaration, right? And also Mark Golding and many others as well. As a matter of fact, to the point where the JLP, you know, they were upset, and even in the debate, the Prime Minister said, you know, they weaponize these statutory declarations and whatever. But, you know, my question to you, my brother, is what would you would have wanted the PMP to do that they didn't do? That is my main question, because I want to know the details. Someone could have said, all right, you know, so I see what you say, and them need to know too, because suppose them could have do it, and them did have the power to do it, and they never do it. You feel what I deal with? So me want you answer me that, because me want to know. So make we start the conversation. Big up yourself. And people, we are waiting for Marvin answer. Because I'm live right now on YouTube and TikTok. You know. Big up yourself in general. Yes, man. More know. So, we're going to move back to this now.
Right, in achieving what needs to be achieved. This government need to get out of power. What people don't understand, and this is one of the reasons why I am going to play the next clip to show people that what we are talking about over the past 2 or 3 weeks, telling people about indictment, right, as it relates to the culpability of the Andrew Onis-led government. You have seen certain signs that tell you specifically that no, Mystic Sensation, Lonesome, Andre, and all these mediums, they are 100% correct in what they are saying. We are not fooling you. We are not providing any misinformation or any disinformation. We are serious in terms of the data that we are providing. And as much as possible that the Andrew Onis-led government want to act as if there is nothing going on, I am going to show you the information, right? I'm going to show you the information. So this must show you that the level of compromise that Andrew Onis' administration is compromised. The truth be told, Jamaica, we don't know if we even, as a Jamaican people, have our sovereignty intact. It seems like what I'm saying is...
Yo, you guys think I lie, Mattel? We don't even know if them people are sell off with birthright. I don't like Mr. Cartel. It's not lie. We don't know. We don't know what Andrew Onis has signed off on, ladies and gentlemen. We just don't know. We just don't know. You understand? So, sound away, but let us pray here. Let us pray.
It's scary. It is. Because of the level of compromise, Andrew Onis' administration compromised with drugs, right? I mean, money laundering, wow, illicit enrichment, goes to extrajudicial killings. Oh, it's just nasty. And the United States have Andrew Onis like a puppet on a string. And so then, what is he giving up that we don't know about?
Steal and easy.
What is he giving up that his cabinet is silent on? What is he giving up that the opposition...
Remember when Andrew said he sinned against the unborn, you know? What was he talking about? You guys remember that confession and the so-called repentance?
He's totally oblivious. Because the truth be told, the opposition is not in meeting with them, having meeting, right, with Donald Trump and Marco Rubio. How much of our sovereignty being compromised? Now let me show you the document, Jamaica, to show you that there's a federal indictment from the United States speaking of several Caribbean politicians who have indictment. This is no joke. This is no joke. So I don't want people to come and attack me, right? Speak to the document in terms of what I'm going to present, right? Because we don't just speak on information or hearsay, right? We don't do that. We present things, everything that Mystic Sensation is speaking about. Mystic Sensation is going to show you the source document. I don't come and speak. I don't come and speak and I don't have the source document. Look at this, my Jamaican people. Let us read this, right? Let us read this. And this show you, right, that this is serious, right? So it is not about Maduro alone as it relates to Venezuela situation. Several politicians, and this is bad, right? Look at this. This is a mess.
When the doors closed last time, opening the doors up again.
Now, here it is, Jamaican people. Let me just build it up so you can see it, right? Let me just make sure it's big enough that you can see it. Okay, I think you can see this. All right, Caribbean politicians implicated in U.S. indictment of Maduro, right? Now, we are going to go through the details. Now, a sweeping federal indictment filed in the United States against Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro. And let me show the date. Let me show the date. Here's the date, right? 1/6/2026.
Hey.
So this is not anything late you can coming up and show. Here is the date, 2026, January 6th, right? So this is recent, right? This is last month. Let me make sure I get that out of the way. Now, a sweeping federal indictment filed in the United States against Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro and senior members of his inner circle has sent shockwaves across the Caribbean, with prosecutors alleging that unnamed political leaders in the region were complicit in a vast state-sponsored cocaine trafficking network. According to the indictment, Maduro and key figures within his administration operated an extensive narcotics enterprise that smuggled large quantities of cocaine into the United States. Federal prosecutors alleged that the network relied on sophisticated system of corruption and political payoffs to shield traffickers from law enforcement scrutiny. The operation is said to have involved senior officials across the Caribbean and Central America who allegedly accepted financial benefits in exchange for protection and facilitation. The legal documents further claim that the Venezuelan regime used state resources to advance the trafficking operation, including military escorts, diplomatic passport, and official channels. Prosecutors also alleged collaboration with violent international drug cartels, transforming Venezuela into a central hub for cocaine distribution into North America. Beyond narcotics trafficking, the incident accused members of Maduro leadership circle of engaging in a range of organized criminal activities, including state-sanctioned violence, kidnapping, and money laundering. United States Attorney General Pambandi said the charges are intended to hold the Venezuelan administration accountable for allegedly turning the country into a safe haven of global terrorism. Right? The indictment asserts that corruption linked to the drug trade permeated multiple regions. I want you to listen to this. The indictment asserts that corruption linked to the drug trade permeated multiple regions along, right, establishing trafficking routes, right, along establishing trafficking routes. It states that the cocaine transshipment point in Honduras, Guatemala, and Mexico depended on systemic corruption, with traffickers paying a portion of their profits to politicians, who in turn provided protection and assistance. Prosecutors allege that these illicit payments were then used by political figures to maintain and expand their power. Let us stop share that.
Wow.
Now, Jamaica, let me just knock up this for you so you can quickly understand.
Please.
You might not see Jamaica name in this, but remember now, Jamaica, that Biden, prior to this information, had named Jamaica specifically.
Yeah, man.
And whereas it relates to
Biden, yes, that's true. I saw that document, but I didn't see this one. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Salute, my brother.
Stating that many politicians involved. So then I am only showing you that the indictment right, as it relates to several countries, including Jamaica.
G-Unit boss,
because
big
we
up.
all know, as it relates to the information that we have provided here, that the Biden government, you understand, have Jamaica in its crosshairs. Likewise, the Trump administration. So when I say, what is it that Andrew Owners, right, is compromising? Now let us dig into factual thing that we know. What we know that the entire CETA has been dismantled.
Yes.
We know this
because of the same drugs.
So we are not guessing. Right? And the reason as it relates to why they were dismantled, because of a drugs that use, right, as a tracking system, the drugs by the United States. The CETA members of the CETA ending up stole a large portion of that drugs. It was roughly about 5,000 kilograms of that cocaine, right, that CETA members had seized, and they had taken 4,000 of that drugs for themselves, and where the 1,000 that put in the inventory, they also went into the inventory and stole from the 1,000. So here it is, where we are telling you the information, where we get internal information as it relates to what is on the DPP's desk. Right? And so then we know what is coming down in the pipeline.
Yep.
We need to apologize to everyone.
Okay, I apologize to everyone.
Now, let us move on. And again, we have to challenge Darrell Vaz again. Because as I said in the last live, and show the evidence as it relates to illegal campaign financing, right? And where also money being used, right, for personal benefits of these politicians, right? Through the process of direct contract, right, robbing taxpayers. And so they move with a level of entitlement.
Simple purpose, how you doing, my darling?
And what we are seeing that the DPP making no move to investigate. We're talking about investigate.
Hey, let me tell you something. This a DPP or just come a while ago. I mean, simple pebbles. No, baby, don't do that. You notice how I look on it, something mostly. So, I'm up on live on the tree, something them. So nobody just calm down with it. Just babes, just, you know what I'm saying? Just calm down. Yo, you see
the Commissioner of Police.
Calm down, simple pebbles. Calm down.
To investigate.
And you know what, sometimes I saw you know, and she make a point. And my mom said this to me the other day because she watched my live and she watched over some of them and she's like, sometimes you should not stop the audio to say hi to somebody and big them up. You see me? So, I am doing my best to listen to my audience. And my mom is a member of my audience, also a very important member of my life. Maybe the most important, you understand, after God, you understand, my mother and then my father. So, listen, you understand? Yeah, you see that now? That's why I'm not, when I see him, I'm not going to yell here. When I see him, I'm not yell. See that? You tell me the same thing. So that's why I know I was making the audio play. And when we have a substantive point to make, you know, we stop it. You see me? Iris, where I deal with.
And even when it is so blatant, it is blatantly clear as it relates to what Darrell Vaz had done. But can the DPP act? No. Because they make sure they hike the DPP's salary. Consider this, my friend. When you have a DPP where the DPP salary moved from $6 million, period, to $16 million, $17 million or up to $18 million, depending on the benefits. it's difficult for that DPP wanted to prosecute Andrew Holness. I had played a clip where I found Andrew Holness saying that for some people, referring to himself, this is how he used reverse psychology, referring to himself, that if you have to pay to get around the toll, you will pay to get around the toll.
Yes.
And he came out clear with
yes.
that if you have to pay, right, to keep certain systems in place, that is going to get you off the hook. You are going to pay. He spoke of that. And you have seen I played the clip. And I said, wow, that's exactly what he's doing. Exactly what he's doing. And he said, he doesn't play draft.
He play chess. Yep, he sure
These
did.
are chess games.
He sure did say that, Iris.
Andrew Holness is playing. Controlling the criminal justice system, a portion of it. Right? And so then it is so difficult.
Almost
for the
impossible.
system to work.
Yes.
Right? Because the persons who are supposed to carry out the investigators, Andrew Holness, aligned with them very close. As a matter of fact, Andrew Holness, if people don't realize, just be keen and look, Andrew Holness is micromanaging the Commissioner of Police.
Facts.
He's micromanaging him.
Facts. Andrew is not only micromanaging the Commissioner of Police, Andrew Holness is micromanaging in multiple ministries. Why you think he put the ad permanent office? And all those other government agencies. He is micromanaging everything. As a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. For those who are avid watchers of Mark Stewart, you remembered when I think it was War Room Thursdays, and he was talking about certain items that is in the office of the Prime Minister in certain drawers, and how them lock down the office of the country with those artifacts that are in those drawers. Let me put on this over my head. Who remember when Mark Stewart did bust that out? In the realms of the spirit, him see all type of thing in the office of the Prime Minister. All type of ancient artifacts. Wagwan Black Loki. I am well, how are you, my brother? Who remember, ladies and gentlemen? Phoenix, how you doing? Yeah. So that is how they are controlling things. Carly said she remember. Sassy D is supposed to remember too, but she busy. She busy. I lie down and I play a game on her phone. Me know her enough. She'll listen to me and she'll look on the phone right now and say, oh, you don't even know that. People, she'll lie down in her bed and play a game on her phone, on her other phone, and she'll listen the program. That's why she not type a while ago for she remember. Trust me.
Managing M.
Don't ask me how me know. Trade secret.
I have never seen where in the history of any other administration where the Prime Minister in that administration, right, going around, right, having one-on-one talk, you understand, with superintendent of police in a particular area and talking about crime and all of that and all of that. You have never seen that before. So this goes to show you the close micromanaging that he has been doing, ensuring that, of course, the persons who he able to manage keep the subordinates under subjections. That is what Andrew Holness is doing. Very clever way to that is what Andrew Holness is doing. So people have to understand these things.
Yeah.
And so then it's difficult for the Commissioner of Police to act now independently because of the micromanaging system that Andrew Holness placed the Commissioner under. Right? And where that system ties is that now you have a Minister of National Security. So then this is what is happening, and this, Jamaica, we have to move to get rid of this. The Commissioner of Police must be independent from the political powers.
Facts.
Because if the Commissioner of Police move aggressively
not only should he be independent, he shouldn't feel as if he does his job and locks up politicians, his job is threatened in any way. There should be something in the Constitution that protects those types of government workers. Just the idea of a threat should be taken as treason. Either way, if the police commissioner should threaten and can be proven to have threatened any government official in any way where force is parky big up, in any way where force is concerned, right? To intimidate in any form or any manner. Treason goes against the well-being of the actual state. Saying the well-being of the people. And if government officials should let, you know, the police commissioner or any police for that matter feel like if they are doing their job and going by the letter of the law, they should lose their job or be demoted, it should be considered treason, and you should get it's the highest form of corrosion, you know, in a society, you know, when you have government officials that can actually threaten the position of a police officer. If you go to the courts and the police did something wrong, that's different. But if they're actually doing their job and you're impeding them from doing their job, I think it should be considered as treason. It's treasonous, in my opinion. And treason should be punished to the highest level that a country would take punishment. Whatever the society decides treason, the punishment for treason is, yeah, you should be punished for those types of things in that manner. You understand?
Towards anti-owners, the Minister of National Security may have other perception and decide to put on the political pressure, where that leaves the Commissioner of Police. Particularly in an instance where where they set the system that, okay, all right, so every 4 years, you have to consider a new Commissioner of Police. That's where the trick lies now, because you come under the political bed. Because if you are not in line with the political party, you know, that governs power, obviously, you can be rooted out. You can be rooted out. So they need to take the political influence from out of the police force.
True.
And this is what Andrew Honest is doing now, making sure that he's micromanaging the police force.
And how do you recognize the evidence of that? Every time the police has a win, meaning they are celebrating some type of success in their functions, who is the speaker? Not the Commissioner of Police, Andrew Honest. Yeah, it's not Andrew Honest. When the police force is under pressure, who do you see? Police Commissioner and Sleepy. When Horace Chang was taking a break because of medical reasons, who do you see took his post? Andrew Honest. When Favour Williams is doing certain speeches in Parliament, and she has to answer tough questions, who do you see intervening on her behalf? Andrew Honest. When FCJ do building projects, who can cut ribbon? Andrew Honest. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I have to watch the pattern here. Just watch the pattern. I tell you, nobody have to tell you. I don't have to observe and use critical thinking. You feel what I say? Them tell upon themselves all the time, you know. Yo.
The Commissioner of Police can definitely right, begin or start an investigation as it relates to the advance.
Of course. Of course.
Both the Commissioner of
Yes.
Police and the DPP
Yes.
can do it.
Yes.
Just like how, right, there is...
Hold on. People, I have been asking the question, that same question. How is it that these people are breaking the law and getting away with it? How? How nobody never looked into the school buses? How nobody never looked into the police cars, the used police cars? Where's the money? How people don't get locked up? Where's the money? Where's the money? Nobody got locked up. Nobody. And the money was spent. Let me calm down here, man. Cause, yo. Let me calm down. Let me calm down.
Both the Commissioner of Police and the DPP can do it. Just like how, right, they decided to take on the mission with the senior superintendent, Wayne Cameron. And you have seen that, okay, yes, their powers, they've exerted their powers, and they are right to do it.
All right, so let me help you out there, Iris. So the instructions up here, none of it is mandatory. But I appreciate the fact that you would like to hit the like button and you would like to share. I hope you know how to subscribe, because that should be the easiest part, right? But Iris, watching from this view, right, at the top up here, so there should be a thumbs up symbol like this. Once you click it with your finger, the like button is going to the like option is going to come up, and then you press the like button, and on that same option you're going to see the share button as well. Let me see if I can give you an example, a live example. Let me show you. Let me show you from my other phone here. And this is a lesson for everybody, so check this out. Let me go to my other page. Let me switch accounts and then go to this live. Alright, cool. So, Bolo VNR. Right, here we go. Alright, so, I don't know if you can see this. Well, maybe it's too bright. Maybe it's too bright. Hopefully not, but here we go. Alright, so, oh. Wow, it really is too bright, isn't it? Sorry, I'll turn it down completely. Hopefully I can see it. Alright. Still, the balance is not good enough. Has to have a little bit of brightness on it. I can't do it, no, I can't. Let me see. No, man. No matter if I carry it far, it's still too bright. So, right up here, so Iris, just see if you can follow me. Right up here, right? You see the amount of people watching, 55, and you see the thumbs up symbol beside it. When you press the thumbs up symbol, this comes up. See that? See that? All of this comes up on the screen. At the extreme left, you have the if you're using a phone, you have the thumbs up button, and you see share and dislike and report. All of that is there. You hit the like button, you share. Boom, I hit that, right? I have to do a screen record. I have to do a screen record. To to show people how to hit the like button on YouTube. Or you can do this. Just double tap the screen like this. When you double tap the screen like that, it's also a way to hit the like button. Like when you're using TikTok, everybody is tapping the screen like this with their fingers, like this. That's how you hit the like button as well. All right. As for donating, on your phone, you should be able to see. Yeah, breaking the law is illegal. But, you know, yeah, on your phone, you should see a money symbol. A money symbol at the bottom, left or right of the screen for Bolo VNR 2.0. That's called Super Chat. Once you click on that, you can take it from there as to donating. You have to follow the instructions after that, but you have to first click on the money symbol. That's how you donate. There's a money symbol at the bottom left or right corner of the screen. Somebody, for the other persons watching, can you confirm that the money symbol is at the bottom of the screen? Should be. It should be. Can we get 15 more people to subscribe so we can get to 36,000 by the end of the night? Let's go. Let's get to 36,000 views, ladies and gentlemen. Of course it is. The money symbol should be there. So there's a money symbol there. That's how you donate. And also, we have the Cash App, the PayPal, and the Zelle pinned in the comment section right there. That's the best I can do. Best I can do. All right, let me go back to the previous live. Let me go back to this.
Go out there and show you're in solidarity with the healthcare system. We need better healthcare. Fight for our nurses, our teachers, our doctors. Fight for good governance, and I'm appealing to you. Join Marvin and Doc. Now let me show you the crime that Darrell Vaz and Andrew Wallace had committed. Now people, I want you to look. Here it is in plain sight. And I bring it up for you so you can see it. Yes, in terms of my search, it is a criminal offense in Jamaica for a politician or public official to misuse public funds for election campaigning, as this constitutes an act of corruption and abuse of office. The Integrity Commission Act 2017 and the Representation of the People's Act regulate these activities with strict penalties for breaches. Key aspect of the law in Jamaica: criminal penalties. Misuse of public funds or taking bribes can lead to criminal charges, including fines up to 3 million and or imprisonment for up to 12 months.
Hold on there. 12 months, 3 million. I think that needs to be higher. I think the years need to be higher, and I think the amount they charge needs to be higher as well. What do you guys think? Oh wow. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think it needs to be higher. 3 million. What the money them money are about? 3 million a woman. More the money them money are about Jamaica. What is 3 million?
We want Darrell Vaz to be investigated. We want Darrell Vaz to be charged accordingly. He broke the law. To do acts as if there's no law existed. I'm talking about you're going to know buy 100 new buses. Will the fuck you about? I'm talking sorry language. You need to be investigated. We are talking about 100 new buses. Fuck. You need to come deal with this.
Yo, it's up. It's up. No, people are really getting tired of this government. Dang. Mystic Sensation cursing like that, bro. Man, listen, I know he's no saint, but whew. Trust me, my brother, I understand. I understand, bro. I get it. I get it. You know, man, boy. Sometimes I'm here. Brad says she frightened. Yo, Brad said me frightened, you offended. Hey, Brad, you're a real elder. Yeah? Yo, Brad, you have to be an elder. You can't be one young somebody. Unless you grow with your granny. Yo. Yo. Brad, you know how long it is? I'm a grandma, baby. Same thing. Then I tell a man, yo, anybody with your ear say, my friend, you're funny. Trust me, that is a old Jamaican term. My friend, you're funny, you know how I'm gonna get that. Oh, let me stop. Yo, that's too funny. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
You know that this now existing, Commissioner of Police?
Yeah, man.
You know that this now existing?
Yeah, of course they know.
Improper use of funds. It is an offense to knowingly accept or use tainted funds from illegal sources or to improperly use funds for campaigning. The rewards that committing these atrocities you are undoing.
Whoa.
Restriction on public money. Public bodies in Jamaica are prohibited from donating to election campaigns. Let me go to the continuation of the document. We assure the Jamaican people that Darren Valls, you need to be prosecuted. DPP, you need to charge him like right now.
Sassy, where say no touch? What do you mean by that?
He needs to be investigated like right now. No, wait, man.
That means I said too.
Restriction on public money. Public bodies in Jamaica are prohibited from donating to election campaigns.
Hey, even, in my opinion, even, when name, Minister of Health, him to get locked up too. The market me situation, him to get locked up. Yeah, man. To get locked up.
Investigate Authority, the Political Party Finance Disclosure Committee, part of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, can initiate investigation into improper use of funds and refer findings to the Director of Public Prosecution. Jamaica, want to hear this? Or the DPP and the Commissioner of Police can do this. Personal use restriction contributions made to a candidate for campaign must not be used for personal, family, or business expenses.
Okay.
Third,
personal use restriction contributions made to a candidate for campaigns must not be used for personal, family, or business expenses. Want to hear that?
$1.4 billion that you and Andrew and Danville Walker, right? Only use it for personal.
No, man, Sassy, you fall asleep. You're not typing a full sentences. What is that tell us right a while ago? Sorry for stop it, ladies and gentlemen.
And contributions made to a candidate for campaign must not be used for personal, family, or business expenses. The rewards out of the $1.4 billion that you and Andrew and Danville Walker, right? Only use it for personal business and plus use it for campaign financing. We know that. Other relevant legal framework, the Corruption Prevention Act 2001 and 2002, specifically aims to curb corruption in the performance of public functions. Tap share that and take it away, man. So we run off for you this morning. Well researched and well documented. What we are giving to you, we are giving to you facts. So you tell me, Paul Llewellyn, you know that these laws are existing. You know that these laws were established to stop Andrew Holness and Darrell Valls. JD Knight have spoken facts. Kenina, King Council lawyer, had spoken facts that the Jamaica Labour Party administration using taxpayers' money filter it in their campaign. It is illegal. Terrell Falls, Andrew Holness, Danville Walker are to be prosecuted, and I'm going to provide the evidence to it. You are to be prosecuted. So it's either the DPP or the Commissioner of Police, they are going to be silent and tell Jamaica that they are political operative. Then we understand. Then we understand. And this is one of the reasons why I'm telling all Jamaican people to try Marvin Edgar.
Let me tell you something. You see, I'm gonna go back to some things that was said by Mrs. Anderson in the, I think it's the Senate. I'm gonna go back to some things that she said, because you see, operating with integrity cannot be, shouldn't be done based off it being the popular thing to do. The time to operate with integrity, when it really counts, is when it is the unpopular thing to do. The thing I change your words. No, see, I'm not something like that. Right? Is Andrew anointed? A guy said so. Okay, I talk about. What do you think about the man saying the Prime Minister is anointed? KKTV, listen to me. Anointed to do what? That if you ask them. What was the context that this person said Andrew was anointed? Is he anointed to do evil? Is he anointed to do the devil's work? You can be anointed for a whole heap of different things, you know. What they mean by anointed to do what? By whom? You never know, say the devil can anoint people too. Yes, man. Yes, man. So what they mean by anointed? That you have your ask. But let's hear what Miss Anderson is saying here.
Facing has to do with the date of filing or the date of payment.
Senator Anderson, you can go on.
Yes, 1 second, Mr. President.
I'm not interested to hear it still. Honestly, I'm not interested to hear it. If you heard it, you can tell me the context.
Yeah, 1 second.
If he said he was anointed by the devil, I can understand. That would be my quick answer to that.
Yes. All right, Mr. President. Let me first start by agreeing with opposition, with Government Senator Duncan, as it relates to amendments to the Income Tax Act. I also wholeheartedly support the amendments, and Senator Duncan went to great length to the point where I was wondering if he was deflecting to explain how and why it was necessary. You know, we now all understand how it works. Wait. I wonder if I need to listen back to what that man said, you know. What did he say? Did he admit to what we have been saying the whole time about? Let me continue. I will find out that myself. I want to spend the majority of my contribution this morning speaking about the amendment proposed to the Asset Tax Act, because I don't think, as Senator Small Ferguson stated, that the issues that the industry is facing has to do with the date of filing or the date of payment. So I propose as well and support the fact that the amendments do not go far enough. Mr. President, I want to talk a little bit about the scale of the impact that the tax has on Jamaica's financial system and by extension the wider economy. I understand that over 80 billion has been extracted from the financial system since 2016, almost 10 billion in the last financial year alone. I soon get to what Keith knows. That is capital that otherwise, Mr. President, have remained within Jamaica's productive economy. If if that capital, allow ourselves to imagine, if that capital existed today as a standalone institution, it would be one of the largest financial groups in this country. That is the scale of the capital that has been removed.
Wow.
And it's not just what I'm saying, Mr. President. I would remind that the sector has spoken, and it's not good enough just to say that everybody has spoken about it. I want to quote a little bit what has been said by at least 3 players. Mr. Leachin, the chairman of the NCB Financial Group, in just January of this year, so we know it's still the case for NCB Group, publicly reported that NCB has paid approximately $194 million in asset tax since its introduction.
What?
US dollars, that's correct.
What?
He further indicated
$194 million in you. Wait, hold up. Baby.
for NCB Group. Publicly reported that NCB has paid approximately $194 million in asset tax since its introduction. US dollars, that's correct.
Damn.
He further indicated in the last year alone over $2.6 billion was paid, with a reported reduction of 41% actually in dividends, if it were to be converted to dividends paid. He said that without the albatross of asset tax, dividends would allow him to better treat with the challenges of his AIC borrowings. I want to quote specifically that he said the big elephant in the room is the asset tax. In 2012, the asset tax was brought on as a temporary measure. We've all said it. When I saw that, he said, it reminded him of the case in Canada where taxes were imposed in 1990 as a temporary measure to fund World War I. In Jamaica's case, Mr. President, the asset tax was in 1919, sorry. In Jamaica's case, Mr. President, the asset tax was brought on as a temporary measure for 3 years, and is still here. Yes, through JLP and PNP administration, but the JLP administration boasts of how well the economy is doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the asset tax that they're speaking of, right? Wow. The reason why that was used is because of the very serious austerity measures that we went through because of what the JLP did under the Golden administration, the Bruce Golding administration, right? Where the IMF is concerned. It was only for 3 years, and they didn't have to continue with it. But they have collected that much money from it, and they're still taking money from the NHT. No, man. No. From one entity. They have paid $194 million in asset tax, and them still.
The PNP had to bring it on at a time to save where we were. Mr. Leachin went on to say that with 2.5 billion in shares outstanding, that would make the tax about $1.05 per share. Compared to the 3 dividends payments he made of 50 cents in each quarter, a total of $1.50 per share, the dividends could then have been increased to $2.55 per share. That's a 41% pay cut, as he explained. So who wants a 41% pay cut, Mr. President? Who wants one? I would say not the pensioners who hold a large shareholding of shares in groups such as the NCB Group.
Wow.
Public disclosure by the JMB Group indicates that the institution has paid over $9 billion in asset taxes since the tax was introduced. Senator the Honorable Keith Duncan, in his capacity as Group CEO of JMB Group, has publicly stated that the asset tax is distortionary, and I think he echoed that again this morning.
Wait, no man, that lady I kill them softly.
Each quarter, a total of $1.50 per share. The dividends could then have been increased to $2.55 per share. That's a 41% pay cut, as he explained. So who wants a 41% pay cut, Mr. President? Who wants one? I would say not the pensioners who hold a large shareholding of shares in groups such as the NCB Group.
Wow.
Public disclosure by the JMB Group indicates that the institution has paid over $9 billion in asset taxes since the tax was introduced. Senator the Honorable Keith Duncan, in his capacity as Group CEO of JMB Group, has publicly stated that the asset tax is distortionary, and I think he echoed that again this morning.
Hold on there. So you, Mr. Keith Duncan, what's your name?
Asset taxes since the tax was introduced. Senator the Honorable Keith Duncan, in his capacity...
So you, Mr. Keith Duncan, you were your father when a PNP, may I ask, because I don't really know the politics. People, I am asking the audience, is Keith Duncan father PNP? And you, they in a JLP now? And you, I get taxed heavily by your own government? Something, alright? Me, I wonder if them I wonder if them Guzo. I wonder if a Guzo JLP at work. Why them turn good people into slaves. Brother, I could never be a laborer, you know. Even when I born out the two party them. And I say them are the same and yo, them are tricky people them. I used to be that Jamaican we born out each party. I used to be the Jamaican we born out each party the same. I used to be the Jamaican who say the two party them are the same thing. As a young youth, way back. You know why? It was the easiest thing to say. Very, very uninformed, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? No, I'm not of that opinion. No, I will say this. There's persons that are on the People's National Party that I would not want to be on the People's National Party because a lot of them operate like the JLP people. Them. You understand? Yeah. Yeah. Them operate like the JLP people. Them. They have greedy intentions for themselves. Right? So the people that are in the PMP that operates like JLP people, they are really wolves in sheep clothing. You have some PMP, we are wolves in sheep clothing. I want to remember that and put that down the pipe and smoke it. Right? And that's why certain things, you know, them local people cross the line and them come in as an agent for destroy, distract and deceive. The 3Ds. Right? Deceive, distract and destroy. In that manner. Matthew, what's up? Yeah, man, I tell you.
Group CEO of JMB Group has publicly stated that the asset tax is distortionary, and I think he echoed that again this morning. It depletes capital, it constrains the ability of financial institutions to expand lending and investment as late as his 2025 AGM. He reiterated that this asset not only is distortionary but not fair to shareholders, and that's why I'm focusing again on, Mr. President, the shareholders. It depletes the capital for the financial institution, but it's not fair to the shareholders.
Good night, Matthew.
It also means that there's a floor, an invisible floor to lending, as it must be added to the cost of doing business. And I believe that Senator Duncan also said that. I would ask if it's still the case for JMB, but I understand the position that Senator Duncan may now be in, and so I will ask him to answer the question this morning. As shared by Senator Small Ferguson, the PSOJ president made an appeal to the Minister of Finance in 2023, and in 2024, again, he reiterated it when the 2024-2025 budget was tabled. The PSOJ at that time called on the government to remove the asset tax and to take necessary action to implement the following initiatives: the introduction of a new Customs Act and regulation, first mentioned in 2020, a comprehensive review of the Income Tax Act, which some has started, but it's not yet where it needs to be, and the unification of various payroll taxes. So, Mr. President, in summary, I trust it's not a position, this position of the asset tax and the need to remove it is not one in which any responsible CEO will vacillate given the far-reaching implications. You see, Mr. President, leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient.
Leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient. Leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient. So when it suits you, you want to lead the charge against this thing. But on principle, you need to hold it down because, you know, that's why I'm not rate none of them over JLP, you know. JLP people them will see the ship a burn down, while them captain a burn it down and don't say a word. You see PMP people, if they see a light one matches the wrong way, them a burn you out. Yo, he might try this try. Yo, him a try, man. Yo, she a try. So you have one extreme and the other. One when I say nothing, and sometimes the PMP them jump to conclusion too quick. Yeah, man. PMP hold people accountable, man. No look a joke, them own. That's what me see. You have some other one way, you know? Not so much them just want to be die-hearted then. But PMP gets checked harder than JLP. Yeah, man. You see the JLP them full of accountability when them about out PMP, you know? What? Listen, them forget about accountability when Andrew them do them thing, you know? But you see when PMP do them thing, they remember about all accountability. All some things where you have to say, no, man. When compared to what your people ever do, how can you open your mouth about these things? You are not in the position morally to even speak about Dennis Garden. Right? Because if you go to Babs now and you're standing on principle and you say Dennis Garden shouldn't even detect that verbal agreement with the machine them, they don't go pay about the tax. Compare him to Darrell Vaz. How he would do it again. Want to see the difference? That's the difference between PMP and JLP. That right there is the difference. You understand? Because I never heard from Dennis Garden what I heard from a director and Minister Wheeler at the Garden. And the man said, you know, I don't really see we did anything wrong, you know? I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand the position and how we looked at the situation. And right now, we are going to pay the taxes because we don't want all of this conversation around the thing. To make it appear as if we at Jack then robbed the country of these millions of dollars. And then he went further to say that them are going to pay, them still are going to offer the services them cheap same way. But when Darrell Vaz get caught, he says, I did nothing wrong and I will do it again. When Darrell Vaz gets suspected of nefarious activities, ladies and gentlemen, must I remind you that the SSL building was gifted to Darrell Vaz's daughter-in-law. Must I remind you guys of that? Imagine the SSL saga and how ripe it was. Since Usain Bolt goes to Bobson, gone, body up and I take position from the JLP, you know? All the other victims, them no matter. You know, honestly, one of the reasons why I don't talk about SSL anymore is because one, there are so many other things that has come up, and two, I just tend to wait until I hear something from the courts. And three, Jamaican people were well aware of this dirty scandal. And they went to the polls and voted for corruption. They went to the polls and voted for corruption. The scandal with the SSL thing, listen man, nobody needs to say to me, Bolo, something is wrong. How is it that Andrew Wallace is the only one that benefited from SSL? Him clairvoyant, like Damon Crawford said, no man, this man is clairvoyant. How comes him just so lucky? How comes him just so lucky for move fee money out of SSL right and proper time, Jamaica? Oh, him so lucky. Who a film mobile man? Yo, who the remember when? Yo, remember when they went Crawford said so? What are they? What are they, Jamaica? What are they? Who remember when Andrew said so? You know me have to go to an early live in the morning. No look at you. Man, I get up early, you know. Look at that deal. Could that deal me I get up early? Could that deal? Tomorrow is Saturday. Me could that deal me I get up early, Jamaica. No joke. Let me find the clip. You know, so that clip that did go viral for me YouTube with Damien Crawford. You know that clip that did go viral, man. Everybody had talk about it. Who is this man, Obiaman? Who is Andrew Obiaman? The man got to be clairvoyant. How in God's green earth him so lucky? See we can't find it. Wow, so much things up, man. You want so much video me do? Yo, TikTok I go on still? TikTok I got on, man. I think I hit this. Is it? I believe I hit this.
A unit of people that you trust. But the JLP in this iteration have created distrust around every unit. Once in a four JLP government. I must say government, I must say Andrew, it's not about Jamaica's government. Because all the lands were transferred as crown lands. You get where I come from? So the slave experience which created ownership.
Alright, I know that the one there, Jamaica. Don't worry, man, go find it. Trust me, man, go find it. I believe after that. Isn't it? After that, he did do an interview with my boy there. And the man say, yo, Andrew is clairvoyant. You want to know who I owe that man. Like, you need to teach you. I don't think I listen, but hold on.
Cash plus. When cash plus failed, somehow Andrew getting money a couple of weeks before it failed. When Olin failed, somehow Andrew getting money a couple of weeks before it failed. When SSL failed, somehow me want to know who's this brother over man. Because this brother I clairvoyant, this brother I can see the future. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. So when everybody else lose, somehow him win with him power. See? So who really gain off the backs of the people? See? No, remember this brother will grow by 36% a year. So the brother skill. If this brother is so skilled, how not carry the skill like how we as a country grow 1%? So how him can grow we like how him grow himself. You understand where I come from? From nothing. From student loan I put out in picture in a newspaper. See him from to space taxi. So me never take a taxi yet. Yeah. No, me ask whoever, it's like how you can say I take on time. Who feel taxi did? You get me? I want the rule. And what the rule? And did it about the rules when I put in against taxi now. Because if me reach out a taxi, you know, me bias to taxi, you know. You understand where I come from? From nothing. From student loan I put out in picture in a newspaper. See him from to space taxi. So me never take a taxi yet. Yeah. No, me ask whoever, it's like how you can say I take on time. Who feel taxi did? You get me? I want the rule. And what the rule? And did it about the rules when I put in against taxi now. Because if me reach out a taxi, you know, me bias to taxi, you know. Me I try to make taxi run. The man carrying drive, in carrying Uber, pan the same taxi, every time they come in pan him, that rich so. You get to me I come from, instead of you have a car seat permanent or when I pick in a night car. You get to me I come from. So when you look on how the dog treat, that means they switch them, you reach and switch. In lock the door on everybody. Yeah.
Yo,
When cash plus failed, somehow Andrew getting money a couple weeks before it failed.
Yeah.
When Olin failed, somehow Andrew getting money a couple weeks before it failed.
Yeah, man.
When SSL failed, somehow me want to know who's this brother over man. Because this brother I clairvoyant, this brother I can see the future. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. So when everybody else lose, somehow him win with him power. See? So who really gain off the backs of the people? See? Now, remember this brother will grow by 36% a year. So the brother skill. If this brother is so skilled, I'm not carry the skill like how we as a country grow 1%. So how him can grow we like how him grow himself. You understand where I come from? From nothing. From student loan I put out in picture in newspaper. See him from two space taxi. Me never take it taxi yet.
Right.
No, me ask whoever, it's like how you can say take on time. Who feel taxi did here? You get me?
I want the route.
And what the route? And did it have all the rules when I put in against taxi now. Because if me reach have a taxi, you know, me bias to taxi, you know.
Yo, no, me not telling a lie still now. Yo, we can't keep, no, seriously, Saturday, we can't keep up. Yo, simple pebbles, let me tell you something. Something wrong with that situation now. Yeah, man. There's just no way, bro. All linked, every single scandal, and Andrew Honest came out a winner. Make it make sense, Jamaica. Make it make sense. I wouldn't want to be the Prime Minister of any country and these Ponzi scheme occur, and somehow not only am I a player in terms of an investor, but I am a winner and everybody else loses. I would never want to be my name to be attached to that. But guess what? Andrew Honest's name is attached to every single one of them. That alone should have disqualified Andrew Honest from being running for the last election. That alone, in some countries, let me tell you something. You see, if I did England, Andrew Honest and enough of them would have to go pack up and run away. What me say? A prison them I go as a matter of fact. So if they run it, them I go hunt them down for it. Yo, Jamaica, yo, man, I tell you, say, we waste time, yeah, man. Yo, we soft, bro. Yo, Jamaica on the soft. On the soft. And them and them know say on the soft, bro. That's why them abuse me so much, brother. Them know say we soft. Every single foolishness the man them do. We make excuse for it and they support them same way. And I talk about one payment, all this foolishness. Sometimes I see them, I wish God would just page them in a man. You know them way there? Because if God was like man, you know, sometimes when they jump up on a chat and say, you know, man, I want to fly us, fly going at them mouth, you know, man. And then, you know, not to kill them, you know. You know, but if you just give them a sign, say, yo, man, shut up and stop lying, bro. I want to fly if you just run good. Oh my God. Yeah, that felt to you when I tell lie that about 1 PM and 4 term and all that something. Damn idiot. Wicked people wanna be. Eh? I must pay a taxi. You know, man say.
You understand, bro? We like how him grow himself. You understand where I come from? From nothing. From student loan I put out in picture in newspaper. See him from two space taxi. We never take it taxi yet.
Right.
No, me ask whoever. It's like how you can say take on time. Who feel taxi? You get me?
I want the route.
And what the route? And did it have all the rules when I put it.
Somebody must take Andrew taxi them. You know why? And not 2 taxi alone in the I must say, actually, they have 30 taxi and more off. Remember my father said?
Against taxi now, because if me reach have a taxi, me bias to taxi now.
Yo, Jamaica was soft. Oh my God.
Carrying InDrive, in carrying
Jesus.
Uber, pan the same taxi, they come in pan him, that it's up. You get to me I come from, him say them have a car seat permanent, I will not pick in a night car. You get to me I come from. So when you look on how the dog treat, that means in switch, then in reach and switch. In lock the door on everybody. Yeah.
Him alone for make money, bro, and draw wicked. And Damon Crawford is absolutely right. If me make money off a taxi and me I Prime Minister, taxi man life I go good enough. If me make life out of taxi, you know. Now me no say you can make life out of taxi. Me I go make it people in my Jamaica where a taxi man life easier for make life even easier. Me now go pressure them. One then grow, one then send them to a good school. One then rich like how me rich. Andrew germs Jamaica. Andrew wicked man. If he make money off a taxi, I don't want who as taxi man make money. He no good, him heart no clean. Him heart don't clean. Andrew bad mind Jamaican people them. Andrew come from nothing. Andrew want to be the only success story. Andrew a type of person where you want to stand up in a make like get up and him alone have a mansion and everybody else around him not have nothing. He make him feel empowered. Andrew a type of person want to be the brightest mind in the room. He not humble enough. He not want to be the person that is the least smartest. I want to be the least smartest and the least richest person in the room. Yeah. Yeah. In my entire country. You know why? My potential for gaining wealth is going to be astronomical. Because one, I am open to learning and I listen. And there's all these brilliant people around me that are way brighter than I am. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun being the least smartest person in the room. Once you reach the top of the mountain, you know, and you're number one, you know, you are haunted, you know. It's a constant struggle, you know, ladies and gentlemen. You think it's easy to be MJ when MJ was MJ in basketball? When you reach the top of the mountain, you are haunted. Who's up next? They start comparing you to yourself. You know, fun. It's no fun. Getting to the top is fun. Being up there, that shit lonely as hell, bro. That shit lonely as hell. But Andrew wants to be the only one at the top. Him and his wife. Two of them have that dominant spirit there. Them alone for make money in Jamaica. So, you know, certain things happen. Yeah, man. And then we see things like him best friend or him business partner and friend is in the office of the Prime Minister. What his name? Norman Brown. Came out in the Integrity Commission report. And he's still there, Jamaica. Him still there. What a wicked, evil man Andrew Honest is. He doesn't care. He has no heart. Him no business about the optics. Him not no shame. What a disgrace. This man couldn't be the leader. How are we following England when we as a government where principle is concerned and leadership is the total opposite of their political culture? Mighty God. This is why we can never become a republic under the Jamaica Labour Party. You know mad? You know want Jamaican people suffer more than what we are suffering right now? You know better thank God for God. Can't tell them that. Thank God for God. Yeah man, thank God for God. Remember that.
Unfair measure for 3 years, and he's still here. Yes, through JLP and PNP administration, but the JLP administration boasts of how well the economy is doing. The PNP had to bring it on at a time to save where we were. Mr. Leachy went on to say that with 2.5 billion in shares outstanding, that would make the tax about $1.05 per share. Compared to the 3 dividends payments he made of 50 cents in each quarter, a total of $1.50 per share, the dividends could then have been increased to $2.55 per share. That's a 41% pay cut, as he explained. So who wants a 41% pay cut, Mr.
Damn,
President?
41%?
Who wants one? I would say not the pensioners
Nobody.
who hold a large shareholding of shares in groups such as the NCB group.
Being what? Behind closed doors, he must laugh at all this madness. Who, Andrew? Well, I don't claim to know what I go on with Andrew, you know, but when God a work on you, you know, say your conscience will bite you. You know? So, let me just say that if Andrew have sleepless nights, if Andrew wake up with nightmare and cold sweats, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't see how he can sleep soundly at night. I don't know about you. Do you guys think that Andrew Holness is sleeping soundly at night? Do you guys think that his wife is sleeping soundly at night? Do you guys think that they sleep soundly at night? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do they look blessed, Jamaica? Does Andrew and his wife look blessed? What was the story surrounding why Andrew took in pitting them out of public school? What was the story behind that? Hold on, let me Google that. Because I never looked into it, you know. What is the story why Andrew Holness took his sons from out of public school? The story regarding Andrew Holness taking his sons out of school mostly commonly refers to Andrew Holness. In 2011, shortly after becoming Prime Minister, Andrew Holness and his wife Juliet Holness decided to temporarily remove their two sons, Adam and Andrew Jr., from their preparatory school. The decision was made because one of their sons was falling behind in class. The move drew public criticism, with some questioning whether it reflected poorly on the Jamaicans' education system, particularly since Andrew Holness also served as Minister of Education at the time. Really? What you say? He must sleep well with a smile on his face? I doubt that. It says here that so Andrew Holness was the Minister of Education and take him son them out of public school. Jamaica. I don't know how to voted for this man to be the Prime Minister. No, think about it, looking back at it. How can you vote for a man like this? He has been telling you who he is from the beginning. That is a major contradiction. My sons would be excelling in school. Them being in public school would motivate me to make public school the best performing public school in the Caribbean. Jamaica would have the best public schools in the Caribbean based off results of students coming out competent and ready for the workforce almost, with trade skills. If I was the Minister of Education and I had two sons. You mad? My son, what? My son would be a reflection of how well public school is actually working, ladies and gentlemen, for the people of Jamaica. That is sad. It says here that the Prime Minister defended the choice as a necessary individualized learning solution for his child, emphasizing that parents should be responsible for their children's education and that the school system must be flexible enough to accommodate different learning styles. So if the system should be flexible enough to accommodate different styles, why didn't you ensure that it became flexible and had different styles while you was education minister? Let's continue. Let's continue. I would ask him, what did you do to ensure that the schools had this flexibility in which you speak of in terms of learning styles? That would be a fair question, because you were the education minister. So what did you do to ensure that it would go in that direction at least? You know, chart the way forward for that type of change in the education system, given that you saw the gaps.
Public disclosure by the JMB Group indicates that the institution has paid over $9 billion in asset taxes since the tax was introduced. Senator the Honorable Keith Duncan, in his capacity as Group CEO of JMB Group, has publicly stated that the asset tax is distortionary, and I think he echoed that again this morning. It depletes capital, it constrains the ability of financial institutions to expand lending and investment as late as his 2025 AGM, he reiterated that this asset not only is distortionary but not fair to shareholders, and that's why I'm focusing again on, Mr. President, the shareholders. It depletes the capital for the financial institution, but it's not fair to the shareholders. It also means that there's a floor, an invisible floor to lending, as it must be added to the cost of doing business, and I believe that Senator Duncan also said that. I would ask if it's still the case for JMB, but I understand the position that Senator Duncan may now be in, and so I will ask him to answer the question this morning. As shared by Senator Small Ferguson, the PSOJ president made an appeal to the Minister of Finance in 2023, and in 2024, again, he reiterated it when the 2024-2025 budget was tabled. The PSOJ at that time called on the government to remove the asset tax and to take necessary action to implement the following initiatives: the introduction of a new Customs Act and regulation, first mentioned in 2020, a comprehensive review of the Income Tax Act, which some has started, but it's not yet where it needs to be, and the unification of various payroll taxes. So, Mr. President, in summary, I trust it's not a position, this position of the asset tax and the need to remove it is not one in which any responsible CEO would vacillate given the far-reaching implications. You see, Mr. President, leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient.
Leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient. I was busy. I said I'll watch later with Bolo. All right, Twitch, big up yourself. Big up yourself. When I saw this, I immediately thought of you. Twitch, big up yourself, Twitch. Big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. All the respect, you hear that?
The Honorable Minister Nigel Clark, when he was Minister of Finance, condemned the asset tax charge. He did. Oh, wow. Leadership is not convenient, though, Lammy. Leadership is not convenient, and principle is not convenient. At the time, Minister Clark said he was philosophically opposed to an asset tax and reiterated that he believes it's counterproductive to economic activity. He was of the view that people take action to avoid tax that would be deleterious to the economy because they would shift assets outside of Jamaica, not doing Jamaica any good.
You guys hear the position that Nigel Clark took with asset tax? So why is the JLP still having the asset tax? Yo, these people stand, they have, let me say it again, because this needs to be a hashtag, you know. Let me write it down.
Asset tax charged? You did? Oh, wow. Leadership is not convenient, though, Lammy. Leadership is not convenient, and principle is not convenient.
Sorry about that. Leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient.
Mr. Clark said he was philosophically opposed to an asset tax and reiterated that he believes it.
No man, me have to record this. This have to record, me sorry. Because you see, these are the moments in time, you know, ladies and gentlemen, that I love to capture, you know. These are the moments in time that I love to capture. This is a serious moment right here. Leadership is not convenient. You hear that? And principle is not convenient. Very important statement. And you see, Andrew government is one that thrives off convenience. When it's convenient for them to use something against you to win an election, they do it. So they use this argument against the PMP because they know the people are under pressure, right? And then as soon as the PMP is out, here they are not only doing the same thing that the PNP was doing, continue to do it when it was not necessary, which they opposed vehemently. But even after Nigel Clark has moved on, they are doing it still. Mighty God, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. It's a crying shame, man. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is not convenient. Leadership is not convenient, and principles is not convenient.
Leadership is not convenient, though, Lammy. Leadership is not convenient, and principle is not convenient. At the time, Minister Clark said he was philosophically opposed to an asset tax and reiterated that he believes it counterproductive to economic activity. He was of the view that people take action to avoid tax that would be deleterious to the economy, because they would shift assets outside of Jamaica, not doing Jamaica any good. So, Mr. President.
Nigel Clark said what? What? You serious? Oh man. That was a quote from the Hansard?
Asset tax and to take necessary action to implement OJ in the 2024, 2020, in 2023, and if Senator Duncan may now be in. And so I will ask him, listen, I would vacillate given the far-reaching implications, which not our position, this position of the asset tax and the need to remove it is not one in which any responsible CEO would vacillate given the far-reaching implications. You see, Mr. President, leadership is not convenient and principle is not convenient. The Honorable Minister Nigel Clark, when he was Minister of Finance, condemned the asset tax charge. You did. Opposed to an asset tax and reiterated that he believes it counterproductive. Clark said he was philosophically opposed to an asset tax and reiterated that he believes it counterproductive to economic activity. He was of the view that
it is counterproductive to economic activity. Then how in God's green earth is the government that had a minister of finance that had that position about asset tax actually having the asset tax there still? How? This is supposed to be their brightest mind in Jamaica. Nigel Clark supposed to be their brightest mind where the Ministry of Finance is concerned. The brightest mind they ever had. So if the brightest mind said that, why are they still running with it?
Action to avoid tax that would be deleterious to the economy, because they would shift assets outside of Jamaica, not doing Jamaica any good.
Shift asset outside of Jamaica, not do Jamaica any good. People, wanna hear that? And Nigel Clark said that, you know, not my word. So we can safely say that if Nigel Clark was right, the Jamaica Labour Party is destroying the economy. Yes, we can safely say that. They are stagnating the economy. The economy will not grow, right? Because of this asset tax. Mighty God. Wow. Think about that before you go to your bed, Jamaica. Think about that.
Mr. President, the recent utterances from the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Minister Faber Williams, were unclear at best. I'm not sure who plainly understands the direction she's pointing us in. Despite ongoing pressure to remove or reduce the tax, she has said that a rollback will only begin as soon as the national budget allows. What does that mean?
Exactly. What does that mean? Government policy.
Policy, perhaps.
Listen, this is the most untransparent, incompetent, wicked, lying, criminal, crooked, kleptocratic government I have ever seen in the history of Jamaica. And I'm telling you guys, it's not even close. one time I never believed it was so bad. When I just got in this space, I never understood certain things, Jamaica. But no, I'm telling you, they have proven themselves to me. This government, brother, no man. All Nigel clock him. Hey boy. Nigel. Mr. Clark, your day is coming. Yeah, man. Your day is coming. What is in the dark must come to the light. Yeah? Have to come to the light. We can't. No, man. We can't have this, guys. There's no way. Mrs. Keisha Anderson. We need a picture with her.
Some my questions, Mr. President. Are there specific targets? I know targets is not a thing you're familiar with. Are there specific targets? I know targets is not a thing you're familiar with. Targets? Are there specific targets? I know targets is not a thing you're familiar with.
No, man. Okay, on Twitch. No, man. Targets is not something that you're familiar with. Persons in finance, if you don't operate off numbers, what are you doing? Targets is not something that you're familiar with. You know, if this was a personal situation between a man and a woman, for a woman to tell a man that targets are not, is not something that he's familiar with. What a bangaram. What a bangaram. What a bangaram. But thank God, she was talking about finances and the budget. Wow. Targets are not something you're familiar with. Yo, I couldn't do a parliament, bro. I couldn't do a parliament. I couldn't do it. Antonio, I couldn't do it. If I sit in parliament, you know, if I talk to somebody, I have to guess them. People that hear my mouth. Cameraman do that third part is the same time. Oh, the excitement. Oh God, I know they will never invite me to Parliament. I'm not saying I would go, you know, but they would never invite me. Yes, Richard. I spoke about that already. It's a crying shame, innit? The Prime Minister collecting his salary in the back pay. What can go? So, yeah, at a time like this, when persons are literally suffering and need all the help they can get, he has decided, listen, me need my money. I'm not business about uno. Andrew only said, me need my money. I don't business about uno. I was looking for a responsible government to say, you know what? Let us cut back our pay. Him wicked for true. Yes, he is an enemy. He is one of the enemies formed against Jamaica. If you come to my YouTube, you see my title on my video, my live stream right now. No little joke. The man is the weapon that was formed against this country. Andrew Willis. And it's not just him. The JLP is the weapon that is formed against Jamaica and formed against democracy. Because this live is truly focused on how undemocratic the government is. Right? They're my enemy of the state, of course. They are the wolves that are running the fowl, you know, the chicken farm. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The wolf them are run the chicken farm. So you know, so everything I get slaughtered. Yo, no, Richard. I took it a step further, you know. You said them should have donated 6 months of their salary. I was saying, not just him, the entire government should have come together and strip themselves of 30% of their actual pay for the next year to help in the recovery process of the people of Jamaica. That money would go directly into helping the people that need it the most. Every single politician across the board. You understand? All of them. And I would love to see who would oppose to it. Because that would be political suicide. But guess what? Nobody even, Andrew Honest, even put it forward. Who said PMP is the enemy of the state? Which idiot said that? So you put JLP and PMP in it just to defend JLP, because you can't, bro. Just look for Michael Manley. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Yo, listen. Let me explain something to you. No, that's not true. That's not true, Neddy. That is not true. That is not true. Where is your evidence of people on the PMP that is crooked? We're not talking about how you feel. We're talking about evidence. We're not talking about how you feel. We're talking about evidence. Because I can't give evidence to tell you why me believe that Andrew Owen is crooked, Juliet Owen is crooked, Daryl Vast crooked. We can't give evidence as to why I believe that. Christopher Tufton, Bobby Montague, Andrew Wheatley, Edmund Bartlett. You want me to go on? Do you want me to go on? I can give you evidence as to why I believe that these people are crooked. Tell me who on the PMP. I not say none of them, you know. But tell me who on the PMP evidence there where you believe say them crooked. Because it have to come from something that happened. It has to. It has to. Because even your belief have to be based off of facts, you know, in some cases. You know. Because you can have some of the facts, but you don't have all of the facts. But when you look on the amount of facts where you see, you come to a conclusion and say, yo, no man. Alright, may I give you an example? SSL. Andrew Jones is the only person who actually benefit from SSL. What is the odds of him? What is the odds of him not having inside information and take out the money out of SSL the right time. Not some of it, you know. All right. What is the odds of that? And I can say to you, all in cash plus, a consistency in winning where everybody else loses. What is the odds of that? That sound like a man where him are the banker and the game where I play and the gamble where I make. Him a control it. That's how it look. That's how it look. I'm not saying that's how it is, you know. But based off the evidence, that's how it look. So it leads me to believe, say Andrew Owen is crooked. Yes, it leads me to believe that. And there's nothing that Andrew can say. There's nothing that Andrew can say that can change my mind. Let me give you another example. When the Integrity Commission come out with Andrew report, what was his response? Not only did he sue the Integrity Commission, right? I'm glad said Twitch replied to your message. Neddy, hope you're still here. Not only did Andrew Ones sue the Integrity Commission, but Andrew Ones asked the court to certify him pretty much and say that he's certified. And also asked the court to remove Neeks. What's up, Neeks, my baby, big up. And asked the court to remove the very part of the Integrity Act that deals with illicit enrichment. What that means, Neddy, is that the man don't want to be investigated for illicit enrichment. He want to do anything he want to do without getting the consequences of it. He don't want to face impeachment. Remember when Marlon Malawu Fort, they suggest that impeachment be removed from the Constitution? So the man, they want to try to remove Constitution from the impeachment. Impeachment from the Constitution. And they want to try to remove illicit enrichment from the Integrity Commission Act. That's somebody that does not want to be held accountable. Mark Golding is totally different. And the People's National Party is totally different. They support the Integrity Commission. Some of them might not file them statutory declaration on time. And when they are guilty of it, then charge them and then pay them money. You remember when the money at the PMP and the KSAMC, they get caught in the Auditor General report where one building that was not, no, I did not get my facts twisted. A building that was not authorized to be built was built. Who remember that? Who remember that building? What happened to the PMP man? Oh, somebody did there with disrespect. I'm going to see them. Push up back here again, make me get to black here. Oh, see here? Black, come off on my page. Can disagree with me, but we don't take no disrespect around here. Get away. Right? When the PMP man for the KSAMC, they get caught in that scandal, they want him removed. Removed. So PMP and JLP is not the same. JLP people support corruption. The leadership in the PMP doesn't support corruption, especially under Mark Jefferson Golding. It nah go work. Them nah work with it. They nah work with it, Jamaica. See, right now, a decision has to be made in regards to, what's his name? Dennis Garden. Right? So, that matter should be before the courts, and when the final report comes out and wherever the chips fall, I know some Mark Golden are going to make the right decision. Feel me I deal with? And alright, that's what you do with that. Big up yourself, Ivan. And that's the, thank you so much, Twitch. Guys, remember that the People's National Party signed the what you call it, something there? The Code of Conduct, the Leadership Code of Conduct. Every single member of the People's National Party signed it. But JLP not sign it. Them can't sign it. Them not operate under no Code of Conduct. That's why Daryl Vazzi said can breach the law and say he's gonna do it again. PNP and JLP is not the same. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, people. Nonsense, not go so. The facts don't support that argument. I am sorry. And I have family members that I love. That you see, because they don't really want to go in politics and delve in it, they will say that too. Yeah man, the two of them are the same thing. Rate, blah blah blah. Richard say, but he has done nothing wrong. He has no control over you ahead. He's responsible for anything that happens. Well, listen, like I said, I'm not gonna argue about that. The optics of it just looks bad. That's all I will say about it. The Jack then should have probably just not engaged in that particular way. You know what I'm saying? Because them know say these reports are going to come out, and you have to read the room. Given the climate of where we are as a country, I believe that there's more of us that just want to see Jamaica clean up than there's of the ones that want to have we continue in this corrupt manner going forward. I think Jamaica has to make some very harsh decisions as to how they want to move forward, where the conduct of politicians, what they need to be stripped of certain powers, and they need to be charged more heavily when they break those rules. You understand? They need to understand that not because you're a government official, Stephen, big up, not because you're a government official, it doesn't mean that you're not going to. You see how the royal family member got prison the other day and get locked up? Yes. The Jamaica Labour Party members, this person not have no sense. That person here when named Professor Strength not have no sense. Yeah, you not have no sense. You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You're crazy. I'm not saying that there hasn't been no corruption in PMP. I'm not saying that. But JLP has run the country longer than PMP. So automatically they would be leading in corruption. Now, in this last 10 years, the JLP of this last 10 years has done more corruption than all the other JLP governments put together. Trillions of dollars is missing. Trillions of dollars is unaccounted for. There's no receipts. We don't know where the money gone. No receipts. None. Literally none. We are supposed to just believe the Prime Minister and his government when him say, yeah man, you know, we actually bought that item, but we don't have any receipt for an item bought. We paid this money for it. But we don't know if they really paid that money for it. And if even the item is worth the money they paid, or they said they paid. You understand what I say? What I'm saying? So, alright, so Professor, I'm going to indulge you. I'm going to indulge you. Andrew Holness and his gangster government thief Jamaica taxpayers' money. Damn. Please, I want Professor to tell me. List me 10 corruption scandals under the PNP right now. You said about the mother of corruption. List 10 of them. Because it got too easy for me, you know. All I have to do is look on the title of my video. So me I ask you for list 10. 10 scandal. 10, just list 10 scandal. Alright, so me I go block you. I go block you. You're clearly trolling. You don't want to stand on what you're saying because you're not on facts. I'm going to block you. That cannot be a response. Ask yourself, what did the PNP do with taxpayers' money in 18 and a half years? I don't know, build schools, build roads, highways. What school has Andrew built? What highway has Andrew built? What, where, when, how? Show me. All the development that Andrew talk about is development where it appears as if him and his wife and him surrogates them is personally benefiting from. My God. But no, listen to me, man. You don't know about the ramp with PJ. PJ rap sheet of achievements is tall. Please understand on yourself. You can't violate PJ Patterson. Nobody is perfect. But that man rap sheet is tall when it comes to what he did for this country as a leader. And I'm talking about positive things that affect generations even now. Things that the JLP, when they went into power, should have added on to. Oh gosh, man, listen to me. Him talk about the 18 and a half years, so me a PJ matter about, so me I deal with PJ. No, but that Mama Pia one different, she do fear thing. She go at the wicket and she bat good for 4 years and do fear thing for the economy and everything for carry back on track. Bill our school and everything. PJ build hospital, bro, what you do to me? PJ build hospital. CHR can't done yet. CRH can't done yet. Conrad Regional Hospital can't done yet. I mean, I hear say, allegedly say, it a go project to what? 30. What? You know, I don't want to tell no lie. Because I can't show. Me say it a project to $30 million. Billion, sorry, $30 billion. Projected costs for CRH. I don't know what true it is. That's what I heard. You can't really, PJ, you can't really, sorry, you can't really put on PJ. That would be a fool. That would be foolish to even attempt. I am sorry and I apologize. You understand? No, go right. Alright, I could get to Daryl. I could go back to Daryl Vaza. Daryl Vaza about himself.
Marching against corruption. Because the DPP, the Commissioner of Police, will not pursue this because they are political operatives.
True.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Now let us get into the meat of the matter. You're ready for them this morning. Let us get into the meat of the matter.
Sorry, TikTok. Sorry,
now,
I'm back.
Look at this thing. The level of criminality coming from the Jamaica Labour Party. Right? Let us get into this. We're ready for them.
Are you ready for this? You better quit.
All right. Come down with us. Come talk to us, Daryl Box. Come bring us back in the past, Daryl Box. Come talk to me. Let me listen to you now, Darryl Boss. Go ahead.
Post yesterday by a former General Secretary, Member of Parliament and Minister of a previous PNP administration. And he was saying that the bus is an old bus. The bus has how much 100,000 miles on it, and the bus is already back in Kingston at the JUTC depot because it broke down already. Which is totally untrue, but that's not the part that hurt me. The part that hurt me is that somebody could be that evil to wish that a school bus that is transporting the children in a safe, organized manner, they would want it to break down for political purposes. Let me tell you something. The thing I heard me till I was sleep last night. Because that is what you call bad mind, bad mind, bad mind. And I'm going to tell you, Mr. Campbell, something today. They were entire missing bus. They were going to say bus after bus after bus after bus. School bus, JUTC bus, every bus. Do not bless. No man curse, and the children deserve it. I saw.
Well, all right, Mr. Darryl Boss. You let me talk to you. Now, let me tell you something. We wait, Darryl Boss. We wait to see bus after
Few moments later, well, you know, we're gonna buy some new buses because these old buses are broke down too much and we've been having some problems, so we're gonna procure some more buses. Bro, man, listen, man. Man, listen. Man, listen, bro. Stuff is sad, man. It is sad, bro. I'm sorry.
Bus after bus after bus after bus after bus. And you can't see them. Well, let me tell you what I'm saying, Darryl Boss.
Tired of them, Joey.
You need now to wait for investigation after investigation after investigation after investigation after investigation under your cloth. That is what you need to wait on now. We wait on bus after bus after bus after bus after bus after bus and we can't get no bus. So we could try our way now. We want to do it for investigation after investigation after investigation. One by one, you people will be going to jail.
That's
right. One by one, you people will be going to jail.
That's right.
To show you how wicked and vicious you are. Using the school children, the little youth, them for political power. You know, so you never make them well. You understand? To have no new bus, to have any bus and transportation for them. All it was is for campaign financing. You understand? And thief some of the money for personal benefits and personal growth. You are so wicked, you are such a criminal that you have no fucking conscience, sorry my language. You have no...
No man. No man. And you know when you know say bad, when you put on your food and just sit down and you eat the food, all the ants they hungry. No, I'm sorry there. Yo. No man, Mr. Yo. Mr.
Conscience. Left in a year's stomach, no conscience. You lost your moral compass.
Gone.
And when you look at the children, using them for political spawn,
yes,
and political mileage and purposes, you are indeed a criminal. And who don't like can use that. Because Mystic Sensation is speaking nothing but the truth. Now, let me get into this and show at a serious situation. Come down with God. Let me show you another level of criminality that I'm going to expose this morning. Right? Let me show you another criminality that will help us. And let me just listen to you first in terms of what you have said. So after you said the PNP tell lie, the PNP bad mind, the PNP ungrateful.
One bag of crap.
And what you said is to me now this morning. What are you saying now to us? Let me hear what you're saying.
Has now decided to buy new buses to transport students instead of used buses. The move is a total change in policy to the position leading up to the general election last year. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz gave an update earlier today at a press.
Yo, the man them not even there in the office. October, November, December, January, February, not even 6 months. Not even 6 months. And the man them changed them entire position around the bus them. I thought the buses were the right move. I thought they were not old. I thought it makes sense. When some call back professor? No, sir, professor. I tell you, man, you see them type of people, eh? There's no truth in them. I refuse to argue with somebody that just lies. Right? And just repeat stuff. I don't know the position of them. Where it makes sense? I waste my time.
Here is the better news. It will be 100 new school buses.
So the better news is that there will be 100 new school buses? What a bangarang. So why you never buy the old bus them, Daryl? If the old bus them did so wonderful, why you never buy them, Daryl? Why you never buy the old bus them? After you buy new rubbish truck, you go take up rubbish. When you take up old bus, take up a pit in them. When it's wicked, and the people who support you when even wickeder. When it crosses, when it's an enemy of the state, when it's an enemy of progress, when it's the weapon of farm against democracy. No man, you know, talk your mind up play from morning. Sometimes I worry about the Gina car. You can know say, you man a fume, really a fume, you know. You man like, if you did there, if him not pretend, if you there when there, it would have come like, I don't know if you know watch Dragon Ball Z. It would have come like when Goku get angry and a charge up. And when Vegeta, you remember when Beerus did slap Vegeta wife and he lose it and go after him? And even Beerus is surprised and say, how comes in a normal state and him resist him attack? No man, talk your mind now, joke man. Big up talk your mind. Anyway, generally. Talk your mind now, joke. Talk your mind serious. Yo, let me tell you something. You see, if Jamaican people, they still like talk your mind, listen me, big up Marvin Edgar, but hear me and say. David say, yes, Bolo, they are traitors to the Jamaica. Treason then commit, of course, brother. David, treason then commit against the people of Jamaica. Treason. Them forget the highest punishment that the law, what the law can offer. The assets forget seized, right? Everything. Nothing left for them family. Let them family go start over. You never know. Take everything back. One thing, man. You can joke. Yo, but me I tell you, say, if Jamaica is still like Talk Your Mind TV, then politicians would have run from Jamaica already. You hear me, say? First of all, they wouldn't have run from Jamaica. Because let me tell you why. You see, from the first term, they couldn't shoot Talk Your Mind. So you see the second term, they would have lose by a landslide. The second time, the government went to office, went to the people and asked them if they can serve them again. If I did Talk Your Mind TV alone, right? Why this thing now come up? I try to put out a message. Let me filter the message then. Right? If I did Talk Your Mind TV alone, brother, them wouldn't get a vote. I tell her that. Politicians would be living in fear if Talk Your Mind TV, well, them a politician. We don't operate with fear because he come like a big brother. I have one big board and one big broad belt. Talk Your Mind have creative ways, you know. You ever hear him? No. You never listen to Talk Your Mind. Mr. Brother, them, the politician, them couldn't ramp with it. If everybody did stay like talking, man, politician, they would have afraid, bro. They would have afraid. No matter what they think. Remember, say, I'm more away than them, you know? No matter how much security they have, politician would have afraid. Tell me, I tell her that. A certain place they won't even go campaign because they probably can't come out. Told them I deal with the people. Them. No, I'm there. Can't stay there.
Let me ask you a question, Keith in the right parts. I am telling you, don't touch me as much. You need to stand by and wait to be investigated. As it relates to the old bosses. And this that you are doing, let me say this before, and let me bust the bubbles. Jacqueline Lecker, you know, try to come up with something now to give Jacqueline Lecker. Is that the nepotism that switched to?
What?
You know, come up with something now. You understand? And to stop.
Wow.
Because guess what? You know the DPP soft. Because you know how to take care of the DPP. You want to raise the DPP salary to the max.
To the max.
So then the DPP know they eat the food. So the DPP must now also look past this. And now, you know, shaping up yourself. So let me call out the name who you have planned to get before it happened. Jacqueline Lecker. Jacqueline Lecker, a JP operative. Bush Stewart, daughter. Remember that Bush Stewart is a godfather, you know. Want to see the corruption people? One big family.
We are family.
So this 100 new buses that you're planning now to go and purchase now. So that Jacqueline Lecker, right now.
Yeah, which company them are going to procure the bus them through? You see him Jacqueline Lecker company? Stewart? You know, yesterday DPP. Didn't you hear that came out in the article that the DPP salary will not be disclosed, citing I believe something has to do with the Privacy Act, something like that. Yeah, so her salary is not disclosed. You know. Very interesting times, Jamaica. Very interesting times. Very interesting times.
Your mouth to oil up. Your mouth to grease up. Because you want to eat the food out of this now, Jacqueline Lecker. Going to continue with corruption, Daryl Ball. We have to put the DPP on notice. Mr. Jamaican people, let me say this. The only way they continue doing this is when you allow them. And Jamaican people, you are allowing them too much.
True.
That's all I'm saying to you.
True.
Let us listen to the criminal.
So we are moving from the used school buses, purpose built. We have gone through expressions of interest. We have concluded on the specifications based on all the...
All right, people, let me tell you something now. All the puppy show business went in now. Let me tell you now. Who them are planning to give the contract to? Them are planning to give the contract to Jacqueline Lecker. So all when I hear my talk, don't listen to them of shit that come out of my mouth, social shit.
Mighty God.
Jacqueline Lecker will already line up and sweeten up. Bring them the food here. And this is all the people that use taxpayers' money in a time when Jamaican people suffer. People that damaged by Hurricane Beryl and Melissa. And this is what they are doing. This is what they are doing to the Jamaican people. Rubbing the Jamaican people through faulty procurement. And let me tell you, bit of them, it don't make sense to the bid panic. And a bid don't make sense to the bid panic to the now get that Jacqueline Lecker they get. So if them put it out, we try to treat the people them. So we have bust the bubbles from now in a Daryl Bars. We have bust that mash down the bubbles. This way you do so the line of Jacqueline Lecker, Stuart Arthur, forget it. You're dirty, nasty criminal, man.
Mighty God.
Our due diligence across Asia, America, Europe, And the responses to that expression of interest has brought us information to be able to develop the specifications.
Now, the 100 new buses are expected in the 2026-2027 fiscal year, which begins on April 1 this year and ends on March 31 next year. Initially, the projection was for 150 new buses, but budgetary constraints led to the change. Mr. Vaz is urging parents and guardians.
Now imagine you're talking about budgetary constraint. Now who caused the budgetary constraint? When they rob the money. Eh? Who done $4 trillion on rob? And now come out and talk about budgetary constraint. The same criminal never rob the money. They come out and talk about budgetary constraint. Can you imagine people? Mighty God.
To register their children to get the bus cards and concession.
Hey, let me tell you something. Oh, have you seen Mystic Sensation pause a video of Midway this much ever before? I'm telling you, the blood is boiling. The blood is boiling, lady. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I've never seen it. I just observed that a while ago. I don't mean I watch. I'm like, no man, Mystic can stop a video regular man. Him upset and listen. Through my few shot. That's why I'm off time. I hear me stop the video. Because me hear something and me say, what? No. Wait a damn minute. Let me address that. You know what I'm saying? So Mr.
The cashless system is seeing great progress. In terms of the registration, 8,108 students. Students' cards issued 6,393. Cards with 0 back.
I'm not giving more time. About the criminal. I'm giving you any more of my precious time. Let me deal with you again now. Let me get the information now, because the information they're coming in. You understand? I'm not getting it from strong solid source. No! For the people that will benefit out of the $1.4 billion of taxpayers' money. Andrew Warnes, Darrell Vaz, R.G. Sewell, and Danville Walker. I'm not bust it out now. Now, Danville Walker, this is the part you play in eating a food out of the $1.4 billion. Let me show you the part you play. Let me show you the part you play. Danville Walker. Yes, Danville Walker. I'm going to bring up the information. Big and loud so the people can see. We don't let black criminality. I'm not big up, we don't let black criminality so the people can see. Alright. I believe that the people can see this now. This is you now, Danville Walker. Right? After on the plan. Because we already said to the Jamaican people, say, I 110 new buses. You know, see the evidence, eh? So DPP, me the under evidence to you, you know. Commissioner of Police, me the under evidence, you can't say no evidence, you know. Look, listen to me. You can't say you have the evidence to pursue the advice, you know. Me they give you the evidence.
Mighty God.
See that DPP, say for the short eye. If for the short eye, contact me on Melting Pot. They have here. See that? The Trade Board Limited.
Eat a food government.
See, Danville Walker here responding to Minister Barnes. See that? May 27, 2025. After they cook up the samfire and tell the people them say, 110 new buses, and in the time taking 60 all school buses, we can see the evidence here. So DPP, you can't say you have no evidence. See the evidence here. You can't say you have no evidence.
Terrible,
Commissioner of Police, see the evidence here. I'm going to show you the entire world. See the evidence, the right here. So, see here. And Darrell Vaz, Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport. Minister of Science, Energy and Telecommunication and Transport, PCGA Building, 36 Trafalgar Road, Kingston 10. Here, Danville Walker now. Dear Minister Vaz, we permission to import 110 new buses. See the people. See them. I want to see the data. This now have nothing to do with no new buses that they had done in 2024. See, that's the data. May 27, 2025. Permission to import 110 new buses. That is when me alone some are Melting Pot and beat them. And that you gonna beat them and fling down heat on them. Them change them out. and say our own buses them. Because we bring out the evidence.
True.
So DPP, you can't say no
I remember that. That's a fact. Yeah, man, they wanna beat it till they have a bend, man. Yeah, man, said the bus them all. Because I can't have any new buses. Yeah, I remember this piece of paper, yeah. And this piece of paper implement Daryl Vaz in one very bad way. Hey, Daryl Vaz really and truly, you know, I mean, it amazes me how Christopher Tufton, Daryl Vaz, and Andrew Honest is just a immaculate disgrace. Yeah, man. All three of them. An immaculate disgrace. Mighty God.
So, see, this letter serves to confirm receipt of your correspondence dated May 20, 2025 regarding the caption matter. I see the caption matter, we permission to import 110 new buses. Right? Additionally, approval has been granted to Elijah to import 110 buses on behalf of who? The Ministry of Science, Energy and Telecommunication and Transport Minister Petition that Daryl Vaz for the rural school bus transportation program and so on. Please note that all necessary administrative support has been extended to Elijah to facilitate their registration via the Jamaica single window for trade platform to ensure a smooth application process for import permits for the buses. Only use direct procurement on this. Should you have any concern, please contact Dr. Hugh Blake, Trade Administrator CEO at 876-561-6020 via email at hblake@tradeboard.gov.gm for further information. And yours sincerely, Danville, AJ Walker, OJ, and JP. So let me ask you a question, Danville Walker. You know very well, sir, it has nothing to do with any new buses. But your signature upon it, they trick the people. Somebody asked you a question now, Danville Walker, Danville Stephen Walker. How much Daryl Vaz give you out of this money? Out of $1.2 million. How much you get out of? Come talk to me. So DPP, me they give you as much to start the investigation. Right? So tell me now, Danville Walker, how much you get out of it? Audrey Sewell, sign off on it. Audrey, how much you got from that? Andrew Honest, they know say nothing happen. And you, not involved. You got the head cooked back for washer. And you train them. So how much you get out of it, Andrew? Eh? How much you get out of it? You know already, the DPP don't even get nothing out of this now.
Yeah.
Because when you raise the DPP salary. So the DPP are right.
Mighty God.
The DPP don't even get nothing out of this.
Wow.
The DPP nice. Andrew Honest nice of the DPP. You understand? So now I show Jamaica why the DPP are left now. Because the DPP is
listen, my man. Them man are some skilled swordsman, yeah? Them know how to chop. You understand what I say? When them are chopping it, it's not chop. It's not chopping, it's chop. You understand? Clean, elegant. A work of art. When them chop.
The DPP nice. You understand what I say? The DPP they make an extra $10 million a year for our salary. Right? So the DPP now go look right. The DPP now go look right. The DPP go continue to go look left. DPP, you hear me? You know you hear me, no plan. You understand? You know such true. See them, you know it's damn true. I am telling you. And then you just see back and bring it right in point. Just
no, sir.
okay.
No, man. No, man. Mystica go on wicked, man.
Let me just big up this.
Mystica go on wicked.
What you're doing here. Okay. Jamaican-born scientists get top award published Monday, January 29, 2007. Dr. Robert Trivers, longtime president of Southfield, St. Elizabeth, has been awarded the 2000 Crawford Prize in Bioscience by the Royal Swedish Academy of Science. So this is the person that, right, we are speaking about as it relates to his affiliation with Jeffrey St.
What?
Let me stop share that. I just want for people to see that. Right, let me just take this document away.
You serious?
Right? And I want to take my time to go through documentation here. Now let me show you the impact as it relates to, you know, what we have in the media. Right, people, I want you all to follow me carefully today. Now let me get into this. Right, and take you through the journey this morning. So this is a JIS document, and I make sure I got it from JIS, Jamaica Information Service. Let me share to say that the information, right, is coming from an established authority. Reduction in reports of missing children last year, June 8 until October 3, 2019. Statistics from the National Children Registry is showing a reduction in reports of missing children last year, right? Now, a total of 1,512 children were reported missing in 2018. Shocking.
What?
Which is the lowest figure since the establishment of the Amanda Alert System in 2009. How many persons know of this?
I didn't know
How
that.
many persons know of this?
I didn't know
we
that.
have that amount of children, right, on a yearly basis, 1,512 children. Believe you me, people, when I'm seeing this.
Hold on there. So, wait. A total of 1,512 children were reported missing in 2018. Why isn't it that the police force is not focusing on these missing children cases? Why are they focused on shooting young men in the street? No, seriously, we need the police them in Jamaica for do some real police work in Jesus' name. Yeah, man. They need to start with some credible police work. Can't see that? See that get exposed enough. See that get exposed. See that get dismantled. The entity that's supposed to be dealing with us, you know, the drugs. Them are the one where distribute drugs through the entity when them catch it. When them catch people with it. Them make crazy money off of drugs. Mighty God. No man, Jamaica mash up, Jamaica fully mash up.
Right, when I was doing the research, no, this really shocked me.
It's disturbing for true, man.
It shook me up. Now, in 2017, a total of 1,674 children were reported missing. Oh my God. With 1,476 returned, there's a 90% return/recovery rate of missing children in Jamaica. Statistics from the National Children Registry is showing a reduction in reports of missing children last year. A total of 1,512 children were reported missing in 2018, which is the lowest figure since the establishment of the Amanda Alert 2009.
Wait. Go back. 1,476.
Of 1,512 children were reported missing in 2018, which is the lowest figure since the establishment of the Amanda Alert 2009.
The lowest figure since 2009. So hold on there? No man. So that the JLP government was in power 2009. Yes. 2013, 14, 15, 16. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. So in that period, it started with the JLP. 2009, the JLP they in power. The lowest figure was 1,000 in no man, wait, let me go back. Hold on.
A total of 1,512 children were reported missing in 2018, which is the lowest figure since the establishment of the Amanda Alert 2000.
So from 2009 till 2018, 1,512 people missing. No, this has to be a crisis, Jamaica. No, listen, I am going to say this. Jamaica does not have a birth rate problem. Jamaica has a missing children problem. When you hear me say? Jamaica don't have a birth rate problem. Jamaica have a missing children's problem. That's the problem that Jamaica have. The children them are born and them are go missing. So we can probably safely say that potentially, and I'll have to look the numbers up, but over 1,000 children are missing every year in Jamaica. Jamaica, that's too much. I'm sorry, that is too much. And those cases are often unsolved. Wow. I don't think I can go any further with this right now. I've been on here for 4 hours. I'm gonna go to my bed. I have to take this on tomorrow. Later at least. No man, Jamaica. Too much, Jamaica, so much things. We need Jesus. Watch the big ships on harbors. Yes. Yes. Something alright, something alright. Something is definitely not right. Something alright about Jamaica. Carl, big up yourself. I appreciate you appreciating the updates. Blessings. Sooner or later, here, the word is love. No, man. This is very bad. Very bad indeed.